Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy there.
Got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughened him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
This is the next search on February 28, 2020, 7:44 p.m. How, does the FBI find people? The people's misspelled P-E-O-O-P-L-E.
I object.
Did the defendant find out how the FBI finds people in this case? Oh, she found out.
Welcome back to the Court of Public Opinion. I'm the Recovery Addict. I hope you had a fabulous lunch. Mrs. R.A. is still shopping. She is not back yet. I may be mistaken, but Amber, I think you won first in chat this afternoon. Congratulations. Unless you've, withdrawn that. I didn't see a withdrawal. So, congratulations, Amber. In addition to everything else you have to do, and the fact that you're not feeling, the top of your A game, just take care of the internet for everybody worldwide. We all appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see. Is it over? Just got here? No, it's just beginning, Justin. You're just in time. Come on in, have a seat. Everyone come on in, sit down. The seats are working, aren't they? Let me just double check. Let me check to make sure all the seats have been cleaned. It looks like everything's seats are ready for y'all. So we should be good to go. Let's see, there we are. Justin, just in time. What time is it there? It's only 10:04 p.m. You missed lunch and breakfast. Hang on. It's morning. Oh yeah, you're morning. Holy cow. That doesn't make sense. In Arizona, for some reason, AZ, I thought you were in New Zealand. I looked at the Z and thought New Zealand instead of. I guess it's Friday. I need a weekend. It is 1 o'clock right here. 1 o'clock. Melissa Webb lost her courthouse. If anyone can look around and look under your chair, see if you have her courthouse, that would be great. She's looking for that. Laura, did I get your message? I got a lot of messages during the break. Some about body in a rug or a buried rug. Thought that was a body. Let's see. Columbus, Ohio. Which one was yours, Laura? Give me a second. If it didn't have a name on it, I'm not sure. Not sure which one it was. A message on YouTube. Let me see. Was it a membership message? It's a big nothing burger. Was it a ploy to get clicks and links and follows? Will the rug be indicted? Need to watch Judge Cedric. We can watch Judge Cedric. Is it from today? Is that what the message was about? I didn't see the message about it. There's a lot of videos. I get notifications for hundreds of messages every day on video, so I don't know where to look. It wasn't even a rug. Okay, so I've done this before. I've called the police and thought there was something that happened that didn't. I was sure I saw somebody in my neighbor's yard that shouldn't be there. Because she was an elderly lady. Nobody should be poking around in her yard. Called the police. They showed up. It was a pheasant. But this was before the days of social media, so I didn't live stream the whole thing. When he comes live again, we need to watch him. Okay. We can do that. We've got Judge Fleischer going live right now, but we can switch things up a bit. Put Fleischer on a different channel and Let's see, Judge Fleischer. We'll put him right there.
How bad of a violation?
You guys do a deep
dive to figure out what's going on with this. How bad of a violation is this? How long did he have his sock over or under the device? Because you should be able to tell what exactly the tamper entails, how long it was tampered with. Is it just all of the sock was in between for all of a second, 10 seconds, 5 minutes, 2 hours? You know, I don't want to put him in jail if it was for, 5 seconds that the sock gets in between, right? Please. I'm sending him now, and then I want him back on Monday, and then we'll do a deeper dive because I need to know more.
Come back here today for a reset or go
No,
to the
no,
drug
no.
test?
So we'll do a reset now for Monday because it's now, by the time he gets a test, it's going to be past 1.
Okay, I just want to make sure that.
And I want information from pretrial more than just there's a tamper,
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I
Thanks.
see Judge Cedric's live, but they're doing the prelim stuff. It's
Ms.
all
Wright.
the recorded stuff that's
I'm
terrible
on,
audio.
Judge.
Zachary Wells, thank you very much for gifting 5 memberships.
So you saw the email from Nathan, right?
I did see the email.
I don't have any kind of follow-up as to where we go from this.
Well, I guess I didn't see him follow up either, but I guess that I know a lot of the retests and things of that nature might have been from the calibration issue that she was having with the same device. I've asked her about not showing up. I mean, the missing the probation, and she stated that they did virtual visits. So I don't know.
All right.
The documentation shows the virtual as
We're going to
opposed
bail
coming
on Judge
in because
Fleischer.
he
We've
lives
watched
in
a lot of
Dallas.
him.
They allow-
We're going to jump over to Judge Cedric Simpson, who looks like he's got a few people in court. I think this is still landlord-tenant stuff, but Laura says for some reason we need to watch right here after lunch, something that's coming up. So we'll look at that. Laura, are you just saying you want to watch it, or are you saying there's an upcoming case that we should be watching for? I figured the second was what you were telling me about. Katia, you got an audio mixer too. Awesome. They're a lot of work once you learn how to use them. They're amazing. Unfortunately, I can't give you lessons on audio shaping and editing, but they're fun machines. There's a lot you can do with them. Someone's eating on Zoom. All right. Who is eating? Am I covering it up? Is it Jessica? Jessica having a little lunch on break? Got a call coming in. Let's see who
Call
it is.
from
Internet Protector.
Mathis, the protector of the internet. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm appreciating that I now have a full weekend and I got my work that I needed to do for today done.
You thought you were going to have a weekend, but now it's a working weekend.
Yeah. But it's a duty I will carry out very willingly. Speaking of the internet, so I had a realization because I was confronted with once again with the fact how good AI music generation was when I watched a different video and I was reminded of the AI generated Big Dill rap.
Yeah.
And I realized, what would be really interesting? How many songs do I need to cover 120 pages of legal arguments? And I started, and the songs you get when you just input literally the appellate briefs, they're so good.
We've got a new hit music. It's page 1 through 20 of the Maya appellate briefs. Is that?
Well, it looks like I'm. So I when I started playing around with it, I'm restricted to like 3,000 word characters per song lyric. So I'm going to do it section by section, and
like
I'm going to see how many songs it takes. Yeah.
That's you can release a whole entire album. And everyone's
exactly.
like, yeah, my favorite track is the conclusion. The so ordered part. That gets me every time.
Yeah. Merit arguments 1A. I can try to send you maybe via Amber or another mod the song that you get when you just input like the opening summary, like the opening of why they think they're winning, and it is actually quite inspiring just how good the technology is to make a song out of like any lyric.
Out of anything. Makes you doubt the music industry in general right now. But do you have my WeTransfer link? WeTransfer or topmark.wetransfer.com? Topmark.
I don't think I have that, but is it under?
It's just a website. You click a link and it just uploads to the website. I get it. It's much easier than going through email and everything else. And it's got like 2 gigabytes or 2 terabytes of space instead of
Okay, I'm gonna try to maybe have a chat with someone like Amber and have her explain this to me. Now try to get you this opening song to get you interested.
That's awesome. I think you're onto something. Maybe for those who never have been interested in court because it's just too slow, they just haven't heard the right music behind it. I think that's exactly. I think that's it. Mathis, thank you for opening up this world of true crime to people who need music to listen. So I appreciate that. I can't wait to hear all about it. Let me just make sure I've got my WeTransfer link right here. Log in. Continue with Google. Topmark Media. We've got a buffer. There's the link right there. Amber, thank you. Amber's got the link right there. This is the link. It's just a website you can go to, and you can just upload the file, and it will go right to me. It's
okay,
super,
very
super good. Thank you, Amber. I appreciate that. I couldn't find my own link, so I appreciate that. That's I prefer that people only send stuff that is court related, and this being court related, that's great. If it's stuff that's just garbage, not generally we don't just use this for photo transfers. Here's my dog, things like that. That would just get deleted, unfortunately. But if you've got footage of a court that you've recorded that you say, hey, this is something you need to see, and it is something that's straight from court, not somebody else's version of what was in court, because we can't play that. That's what that link's for. So I look forward to having your whole album uploaded there. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Very good.
Now get back to fixing the internet, because Amber just gifted it to you again. Thank you. We'll see you, Mathis. Bye.
Bye.
Mathis is awesome. All right, should go back and watch the last person on the last feed before watching this one, says Shaky Ground. So we need to rewind just a teensy bit. Let's do that. Where are we at? Oh, it was the last feed before this one. We might go back, but we're recording right now. We've got it. It's in the middle of something. The other live. Okay. Let's see if I can figure out how to use my remote control. That would be even better. There it is. Channel, the previous live from, let's see, when was it? 22 minutes ago. The last one on this feed. Last one on this feed would be, let's see, ended at 4:19, so it's probably going to be somewhere around here.
What was the last thing that you said to me about October?
So if I leave, we're going to back up a little bit and see what this is. Young lady with dark hair.
And propose whatever. I'm sure Ms. Dornbush will let them know that you had a benefit that you no longer have. Didn't expect it. I looked at the
go back a little further.
Be paid. They're asking. They want. Come on up.
Who's this? Okay, here we go.
I will extend that out, not to the 25th, but it needs to be paid by the 18th or a writ can issue. All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Some of these are sad, some of these are inspiring, some of these are funny, and some of them are just plain
And Northbrook Crossing versus Brian Rass, that's a dismissal.
It is, Judge.
Yep. Court does call the case of Spice Tree Apartments versus Haley Salisbury.
Haley Salisbury, come on up.
Come on, Haley. your name for the record?
Haley Salisbury.
All right. How much do you have at this point?
With October now, Your Honor, and the court cost, the total due is $6,043.55.
Really? How are you going to get that paid?
Not today, but sooner than later.
Pardon?
Sooner than later.
All right. Let me ask you this. I mean, the reality is you don't have the money, right? All right. Now, you understand that what that's going to mean is that you can't stay there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You get that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I don't know if this was mentioned at the last hearing, but what plaintiff is asking for is plaintiff is not asking that you pay. Eventually they will,
yeah.
But they're not asking that the money be paid. They're asking, they want their apartment back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you understand that? Okay. So then my question to you is, how soon can you be out? Right?
Well, that's just whenever. We just want to both be off the lease without it like affecting our records anymore. Because we weren't even notified of the court dates. So
okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. You're talking about two different things here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So we can kind of deal with part of that. And I'm not sure where that other part is coming from, but I have some suspicions. But the real question is when, okay, let's just look at this case. And you understand what I'm saying is they're not asking for a money judgment at this time for this amount.
They could.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
They could say
that amount is just what would be a redemption amount, meaning that if you were going to stay, that's the amount you'd have to pay to the landlord. Follow me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then the question really is, in this instance, when can you move out? Okay. And have yourself someplace safe. And then you can always work with the landlord regarding this amount, regarding how you pay that amount back.
Well, he doesn't talk.
Who doesn't talk?
The landlord doesn't really talk.
Okay. You can write him a letter then.
Okay.
All right. I mean, write him a letter and propose whatever. I'm sure Ms. Dornbush will let them know that you had a benefit that you no longer have. Didn't expect it. I looked at given your birthday is April, her benefit cut that May. That's why May didn't get paid.
Mm-hmm.
And that's her whole, that's how you were living, right? Okay.
She aged out of a benefit, like a Social Security.
You follow all of that here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, you don't want anything that's going to affect your record or your whatever. If I had to rule on this case today, there would be a judgment. Okay. I don't want to see that against you either. I mean, I'll be honest with you. But that's what would happen. So we've got to kind of take it in pieces. Okay. So when do you think you could be out of the apartment?
Anytime they need.
Okay. You've got someplace to go?
I can, but if
Haley,
I'm paying,
Haley.
if it's October rent, then are they taking that off?
Pardon? Haley, what are you reading?
Nothing.
Yeah, no, you're, hold on, darling. Look. It's okay. was the last thing that you said to me about October?
So if I leave soon, or if I leave, are they gonna make me still pay October's rent, or will they take that off? Because they added October's rent to it.
Right, but listen. Yes, you would have, since you're occupying the premises, the simplest answer to that is you would have October that you would have to pay. All right?
So if they want me out today or tomorrow, then why would I
Hold on.
pay all?
Whoa.
Macy.
Back up, slow down a little bit. Okay, Haley, please. Haley, when can you comfortably get yourself out of the property?
I don't know.
Back up one moment, Haley. Haley, do you have a place to go? Right. As we sit here, hold it. As we sit here right now, do you have a place to go?
Yeah, I have a friend.
My goodness.
Do you have stuff in there, Haley?
Have what?
You have things in the apartment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nothing big.
Pardon?
Not nothing big.
Have you talked to the friend about moving in at all?
I know she will let me stay for a little bit, and then I can try to figure it out.
Okay. So how much time would you need to try to make that first part happen?
It just, like, if I'm already gonna have to pay October, then I might as well stay for October.
Haley.
I don't know.
She's saying if I have to pay for October, I might as
Let
well
me back
stay,
up a moment, okay? On one thing.
She's got to leave.
Your October rent, okay, and all the rent. Did you understand what I said? Where it's a redemption amount instead of a money judgment? Maybe I was talking to legalese. You understand what I mean by that? So, what the plaintiff is asking for is a judgment. They want their apartment back, and they're just saying that if you want to stay, this is the amount you have to pay. Okay. If you leave, you either got to pay that amount or you got to leave. That's what really happened. Okay. Now the monetary amount that you're talking about, which I see is a big worry for you, right? That's where I'm talking about. You try to work something out with them to get that paid back at some point. Okay. But as I sit here right now, that's not really a concern for the court because they're just asking for the apartment back. And the only thing that I'm trying to do is try to figure out some way that the plaintiff can get their apartment back, and
They can have their apartment.
and you get a soft landing, because that's the other part that's important for the court.
And Your Honor, if I may just add a little something that hasn't been addressed yet, but maybe might provide a little bit of clarity to Ms. Salisbury, is that the sooner Spice Tree can get their apartment back, the sooner they can re-rent it. The sooner they re-rent it, the sooner her obligation under the contract ends, because right now she has a lease agreement for, I believe, a year, and I don't know when it expires, but the sooner they can re-rent the unit, it means that's the less rent that they would accelerate under the contract that was signed. And
Gotcha.
so if she, I understand her reasoning. If I'm going to be responsible for October, I might as well stay till the end of October. But the reality of that situation is that means the unit probably won't be re-rented by November 1, which means the November rent could be accelerated and potentially the December rent can be accelerated. So the sooner she's able to surrender possession, the sooner they can do what they need to do to re-rent the unit, and then hopefully end her liability going forward.
What month did you move into the Spice Trade?
April.
April
15th.
Gotcha. So
tax day.
Go
ahead.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Why am I just now having to go to court for all of this?
What do you mean?
That's like the only question. It's just, I feel like I shouldn't owe this much. I feel like I never got any notice when I didn't pay the rent.
Your Honor, if I could also on that. So the non-payment demand was issued on August 14th. It was mailed to the unit. My client informs me that they did make delinquency calls. They did post notices on the door. They did send out balance due letters. Obviously, they sent the non-payment demand. And so they did attempt to communicate with both Ms. Salisbury and Mr. Wellesley without success. And I think the first time that there was contact by Mr. Wellesley, I believe, was after a September 16th email. And I believe him and his mother both did reach out to the complex at that time. And it was an email just to notify of the upcoming court date. So I'm not sure what happened as far as Ms. Salisbury receiving that correspondence or receiving phone calls. I can't speak to that. I can just say from my client's position, they did attempt to reach out to both parties to discuss the balance that was due.
I didn't get no notices on the door in the mail until September. And then I didn't know of the court date until like 4 days before because...
I got you. But Haley...
Okay.
No, just listen. Here's the reality, right? You knew you hadn't paid your rent, right?
Yeah, but if I would have had a court date sooner, I would have just been able to maybe get up with the rent. But they just let me have all of this added up. But it's fine. It doesn't matter.
Okay, well, let me ask you this, Haley. If you could tell me how much you could come up with today, how much could you come up with?
It's fine. I don't want to stay there.
I didn't think you did. That's why I wasn't even exploring that with you. Okay? So, Haley, what date can you comfortably move by? Understanding that the earlier that you move and get your stuff out, give them back the apartment, the better off you're going to be.
And as soon as they want me to, if they want me to today, I will.
I'm going to do it this way. Is the other party here? He's not. Did he check in? Oh, that's right.
The other party's her boyfriend, right?
Thank you. All right. So, Haley, if I gave you 10 days to get out, you'd be able to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Poor Rachel.
Well, it would be the 15th, so it's going to be a half a month.
Rachel is the lawyer that has to handle this. So I've got a prank call right now. It's not appropriate timing. They can call back. They can call back later.
And Your Honor, something odd just happened that I just want to bring to the court's attention. As I think Your Honor is aware, you have a very loyal YouTube following as well as other social media following. And I received an email just a minute ago from one of your followers. Obviously, I cannot advocate on behalf of Ms. Salisbury, Mr. Wellesley. I represent Spice Tree. But I wanted to bring to the court's attention that one of your YouTube followers has indicated that many of your followers want to help Ms. Salisbury. And so I'm not really sure how to handle this, Your Honor. This is kind of a first for me that I'm being contacted directly, and I'm sure because my information is more readily locatable, findable on the internet. And so your followers have indicated to me that they want to assist her in making this payment. They have suggested starting a GoFundMe, and
That what?
starting a GoFundMe so they can assist Miss Salisbury in paying this balance. I mean, as I've indicated, I can't advocate for any of this because I believe that may violate my ethical duties to Spice Tree, but I'm relaying to the court what has been communicated to me since I am now in receipt of this correspondence.
Holy cow.
You understand that, Ms. Salisbury? Sad.
A little bit.
I guess there are folks out there that want to help you out.
Okay, I don't know how it would work, but.
Well, I'm not even sure how it works. I'm kind of surprised a little bit, but as Ms. Dornbush was.
She has to make the GoFundMe. The tax implications for somebody getting in the middle are crazy. If she puts
you
up
really
a
don't
GoFundMe,
know what you want to do, and I get that. And you had a rough journey. There's no two ways about it, and you're trying to make the best decision that you can, and I get that. Okay. Like last week when I asked Ms. Dornbush if I could talk to you guys without her being present, and she said, okay, she had her ammunition about her. She's representing her client. Would you have any problem if I were to talk to Ms. Dornbush in private along with the court liaison officer? Would you have any problem with that, Haley?
No.
All right. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to have a seat. This is my last case in this block, right? Okay. Have a seat. We'll get your call back up as soon as I come back out. Okay, Ms. Dornbush, I'm going to have to move I'm going to take my iPad and going back, and then you can actually start the 2 whenever that happens.
okay, so that was how.
So I want Ms. Dornbush and Amy.
Yes.
Okay, there's the court liaison. They're going to be moved. Now they got moved. Okay, so now we're. Okay, hang on. So where did that end
A
up?
ledger to him.
Where did that end up? Did they come back after lunch with anything? She's still there. She's still there in court. Let's see if she gets called up.
The 14A District Court for County of Washington, State of Michigan is now back in session.
Maybe see. Ms. Dornbush, did you turn off my audio?
I did.
Thank you. All right. I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am. Court recalls the case of Spice Tree Apartments versus Haley Salisbury.
I come up.
What?
I come up.
Yeah, you come up. All right. I was going to suggest to you a conditional order dismissal on one of the things that I talked about counsel back there, but then realized that I cannot do it. And that's because the co-defendant is not present because he's at his father's funeral. And we knew that last week and do that. I know plaintiff does not want an adjournment, has stated her reasons why, and certainly she can state them again on the record if she wishes to.
She's got her
the court
tissue as
over
well.
that objection is going to adjourn it out 1 week. Okay. For that reason. And also, so that would be October 11th, 2024 at 1 p.m. And then at that point, Gavin Wesley will have the opportunity to be present. And then we will proceed from there.
Okay.
Ms. Dornbush, was there anything else you wanted to say regarding what the court just did in terms of the adjournment?
No, Your Honor, you noted my objection. I don't have authority to approve an additional adjournment on this. I did state my objection to the adjournment, but Your Honor has noted that, and so I've got nothing further.
She's just doing her job, but she doesn't have authority to change that.
I want you to wait here. Amy, who is our court liaison officer, is going to be here, and I want you to talk with her.
Okay.
She, one of the things that we talked about is there are other options and things like that. Okay?
Okay.
All right. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. So you got to wait here until she gets here.
Okay.
We'll make sure you talk to her.
If
Haley, I don't mean to chuckle about it, but bad things happen in life, right? Bad things happen in life.
Mm-hmm.
And young lady, you've
had more than our share.
You've been through some things that are, in my mind, unimaginable. All right. Give yourself credit for being able to just even get up and stand up. Because there's a lot of folks that wouldn't be able to do that. I can't even, as I said, fathom that. I can't. Sometimes even sitting in this position, I can't get to, I don't have an understanding of what sometimes can just be evil in the world. I can't.
Yeah.
But here's the thing I do know. And that there is also a lot of good in the world. And that for each of those evil folks that are out there, I'd like to believe that there are 10 times more good people. I don't, and I sometimes when things happen, I don't ask why. I just accept that they do. And Ms. Dornbush had mentioned that these folks were saying they want to help. Those are the good people. No two ways about it. I then, if there wasn't a separation of church and state, I would just say God is good at times, all the time, but certainly at particular times. There's a gentleman, Colin, who's in the courtroom that I met a number of months ago. I didn't know that Colin and I's paths would cross. He had watched me or seen me on YouTube, and we had a brief conversation when it came up. I don't know why he's necessarily here today. I don't. There are things in life I can't explain. I don't know why. It just happens. But it happens for a good reason. And my understanding is he was in touch potentially with the people that were on YouTube, and he's kind of got that set up for you or headed and taught you how to do that. Is that right?
I didn't know anything about it until just now.
Right.
But I don't know how it all works or anything.
then you and I are in the same boat. But I think, was Colin able to help you with that and get the links to you?
I think they
gentleman here in the blue.
exchanged. Yeah.
Pardon?
Or I think Andrea gave him a link.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Colin, are you going to help her with that if you can?
Okay.
So Colin's going to help her. She needs to set up the
I really
GoFundMe.
don't know, Colin. Colin, thank you. That's all I could say is just thank you. While she may not think she is, I think this young lady's worth it. All right. And I think that whatever people can do to help you out, there's a reason for it happening. Haley, accept it. You've got that, you got a lot of pride. Sometimes that can get in the way. So set that aside for a little bit. Okay. Don't be so stubborn. And the reason I can tell you don't be so stubborn is you're an Aries like I am, and it just comes with us, right? And just let it work its way through. Okay.
Okay.
I have to believe, and I will constantly believe that good things will happen on all of this. Okay.
Okay.
When Amy gets here and you talk to her, she's going to talk about other options for you so that you have those options.
Okay.
All right. And then you can make a decision.
Okay. Thank you.
Haley, you're welcome. And you know what, Haley? I have to thank you. Do you even know what I'm thanking you for?
No.
I'm thanking you because I always just count my blessings in life. And I always expect to see a miracle, and I always expect to see a blessing every day, or at least hope for one. Never know what it is. And sometimes it's big ones, sometimes it's small ones. You coming here today, me getting to talk with you, me getting to meet you, that's my blessing for today. So I'm going to thank you for that.
Okay.
Okay. Have a seat. Amy will be here shortly, and we'll get you taken care of. All right. Thank you.
We're going to watch this in
Yes,
reverse.
that's it
in
for me
reverse
today.
order.
Have a nice afternoon, Judge.
We're going to watch this in reverse order. Sorry, we're going to go to 4. We're going to watch this in reverse order. We're going to take you back a week ago to get the background on why the judge is handling this the way he is. Let's see, 9/27/24. Okay, let me get this pulled up. Is it gone? Please tell me it's still up. Did they pull it? 9/27/24. There it is. And it starts at 4 hours and 2 minutes. Okay.
Was to make a total of $1,300 by today. We do see 1,000 put on the ledger on 9/24. I just don't know if Miss Lou's dropped off the additional 300 or not.
This is the preceding case.
Oh, I have the receipt in my backpack, but I did drop off right before noon today the rest of the amount that was owed. So the total
300?
Yes, 300 extra.
All right.
I don't know if I need it right now.
Well, hold on. Did you want to call your client and check, or how do you want to do that?
I texted her, but I don't know if she saw it yet. So we could.
Okay, want me to pass it until we.
That would be great, Judge. I still need to confirm on the Arbor Woods matter, but I am ready to recall the Rast matter if Your Honor wants to do that one.
All right. So she's going to check to make sure that they have the 300. Then I'll call you right back up. Okay, Miss Lynn?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Not a problem. And you're ready to recall the Rast matter,
Yes.
Northville Crossing versus Brian Rast.
Your Honor, I spoke with my client, or communicated with my client, I should say. They have been in communication with the Rasts. The Rasts had indicated that they're going to pay the $1,100 tomorrow. My client is fine with that, and so they would be proposing a 1-week adjournment to verify receipt of that $1,141, and then hopefully to have the $867 in escrow released.
So we're almost to Haley's.
Yes, let's hope, and I'll make another note and have Ann send a message to them to release this escrow. Is it at 1?
Go fast forward just a tiny bit. Okay, I think that's it.
Additional dismissal becomes final.
Okay.
So during that 3-day time frame, if you felt there was an aspect of the agreement you didn't understand, or you didn't understand the rights you were giving up by entering into it, you could file a motion with the court asking Judge Simpson to set it aside and reopen the case.
Okay.
It doesn't mean he'll do it, but you have the right to ask him to. You understand those rights?
I do. I appreciate, as always, your guys' patience and understanding. I'm getting there.
Okay. What I will do is I will mark this conditionally dismissed, and then I will sign that order upon receiving it. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You have a great weekend, Ms. White.
You too. Bye-bye.
Sile Farms versus Elise Liu.
Is that right?
Oh, right there. All right. Hello.
Am I on the right one?
What's your name?
Elise Liu.
All right. And let's see, where are we on this case?
Your Honor, we had adjourned this 1 week from last Friday. The court was going to be releasing $947 in escrow to.
It says 402. Oh, sorry, I was a few minutes behind. I backed up. 402.39. So we're 30 seconds early.
Yes.
So I'll adjourn this matter then to October 4th, 2024 at 12 p.m.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Spice Tree Apartments versus DeAndre Taylor.
That's a dismissal, Your Honor. Looks like they did get
it is?
paid out.
All right. Case is dismissed. That's without prejudice. Spice Tree Apartments versus Haley Salisbury.
This is the first one. This one happened last week. Haley's on Zoom.
And also Gavin, is it Wesleyan? Wesley?
Well, it's
hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
Okay. Oh, they're in like 8 different screens. Okay, yeah. That's good on my eyes for this time of day. All right, where are we on this case?
Your Honor, this was adjourned 1 week. Ms. Salisbury indicated that, I think Mr. Wellesley as well, that they were trying to seek legal counsel. Total due at present with court costs $4,735.32.
All right, folks, where are you on this?
I guess I'll go first, Your Honor. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. I want to start out by explaining that I requested the adjournment to retain an attorney, but I wasn't able to secure one within the week. We were calling attorneys that specialize with lease evictions, but nobody had the time to help. I would like to state that me and Haley have not been together since April due to relationship issues, and that's one of the reasons why my mom is involved. She's on the screen with her. She's done most of the talking between Haley and I. She's also communicated with Spice Tree Apartments. I lost my father in a tragic way on August 12th, so I haven't had the best headspace to do this on my own, and that's another reason why she's here. But to get things started, I guess for me, I'd already moved into an employee house free of rent and utilities in Ann Arbor on March 22nd. Before Haley moved in to her apartment on April 14th, she asked if I could help her by signing some documents on her behalf. When I inquired about what my involvement would be, since I wasn't going to be living there at this time, she wrote me a text explaining that the manager had told her, saying that I wasn't going to be held responsible for anything. It was all just a workaround to help her get into the apartment. With everything Haley has been through, I decided to sign the lease info because I did not want her to be homeless, and her staying at the employee house obviously wasn't an option. I never filled out an application with my info, All I got was an email of an e-signature file of the lease, and this made me believe what Haley said was to be true, so I signed the lease not knowing I was signing to be a resident.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And what do you folks, Haley, what do you want to tell me?
I also have a thing I can read. So, Your Honor, thank you for the opportunity to speak today. I would like to explain my situation and how it led us here. I was approved for the lease based on a combination of my survivor benefits and Gavin's income. I was not in Ann Arbor yet because I was waiting to start a job here. I didn't start the job yet. He clarified on the phone that he wasn't going to move in at the time, but they still put him on. Yeah. And do.
I would explain this part right here.
And then the rent hasn't been paid because I don't have the survivor's benefits anymore. They canceled it in June. And then I was in
Hadley, hold on, stop for a moment. What kind of survivor's benefits did you have?
I don't know exactly. It was just like SER.
Did you lose a parent?
Yeah, both of them.
And your siblings.
You lost both parents. Okay. And in June, did you turn 21?
No, 20. Or no, April I turned 20.
April, you turned 20. Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was until I was 21, but I guess it's not. So that's why we're in this hole.
All right. Go ahead, ma'am. You want to tell me something?
I really do, Your Honor. I want to let her finish, but I also know she's very prideful. And this isn't a dispute, to be clear, about Gavin and Haley like against each other. But if I could read my portion, because I think you really do need to understand something incredibly crucial to the context of this. And then also some procedural errors that I have personally been involved with since June 19th that I think you want to be aware of. So I'm Andrea, I'm Gavin's mother. I've been helping Haley and Gavin navigate this situation. And I do want to clarify from the start, like Gavin did, that they're not dating and they haven't been in a relationship since April. I took on this role as a mentor and advocate to support Haley the past 2 years. I will get into that, and I know she feels uncomfortable with this, but even I'm frustrated and not sure how much more I have in my tank to help, and this young lady needs some help and guidance in this. 2 years ago, not only did she lose both her parents, she also lost her 3 baby siblings because her stepdad murdered everyone. It was a quadruple homicide. And I am mentioning this to you because though she was technically 18, and this is why I'm in her court, because this is all trickling down to today, and I'm not trying to just do the sympathy piece, but I need someone to understand this girl hasn't been guided. Because she was 18, she unfortunately, didn't have the assistance of anything else, but she was in that home and instantly became homeless because her home was a crime scene. And I didn't even know she was without a home already for 9 months at that point. Her and my son had been dating on and off. And once I discovered that, that's when I stepped in, because she has literally no mother, no father. All of her siblings are gone except for her 2 younger surviving siblings. And this has been a lot. Now I'm going to cry because she never cries. So I know she owes the rent. She knows she owes the rent. We're not disputing that. But in addition to that, I want you to know that's why my son helped in the way he did in signing this. And he truly, from what I'll show you in the evidence if you need, he did not know he was signing a lease. He simply thought, because he's very naive, and he also should probably tell you he is not a reader. And he thought he was helping her out, truly. And they split up in April. So, and he lived in an employee house. And that just further reiterates that there were some procedural errors and that the apartment complex did not do their due diligence in ensuring that Gavin was not a resident. He never sat there. He never met with them. And my request is not that the money isn't owed, but my request is after you hear all of this that had happened, that not only that both Haley and Gavin's names are removed from the lease, and that, let me tell you the rest. Thank you for being patient, by the way. Because of these personal losses, and what my son didn't tell you is the way he just lost his dad just 6 weeks ago was incredibly tragic. And so he's also got that currently going on. And she hasn't even begun to be able to process this grief because for 2 years, we've been working to get her some housing. We're in her apartment with no furniture at this moment. She's had nothing here this whole time. And we've been waiting for assistance by waiting for a court summons so she could get on her feet because she did have a job lined up. But now we're this far behind because nothing was served
because they didn't
until the dates I have. I have a timeline laid out for you, by the way. If you do want it, we have it on Zoom. It has a lot of dates that I have all receipts of all my emails with them, never getting a return email, never getting any answers on the phone. Not only that, they withheld information from Gavin on September 3rd when James called my son back, because that's also the day they filed this court summons and no one ever told my son that. And then the very last thing I want to say is that our request is not to not have the amount owed, although I do wish we had some way to work around some of this, but to have them both removed from the lease because it's demonstrated, and she had just moved in. He's never been in here. That this young lady's not going to be able to pay. And I don't want this affecting her for the rest of her life when she's already so upside down and has had no guidance other than myself with this. And that's the facts. And unfortunately, without burdening you with my problems, my life turned upside down and I am in absolutely no position to help like I otherwise would. And if that was the case, neither of them would be here today if I could help, but I can't. And so I'm hoping that sums everything up because I kind of went off script. And then if you want anything else, we have a lot of information for you, but I wanted you to know with the context with her because she's not going to share that with you on her own.
All right. Okay. Okay, wow. Haley.
Mm-hmm.
You're right now, is that your apartment at Spice Tree right now that I'm looking at behind you?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Haley, let me ask you this. As I sort of synthesize this whole thing, are you going to be able to move someplace or you just don't have anywhere to go? All right, so, young lady, let me tell you something. Okay. Because I heard Gavin's mom say you have a lot of pride, right? Okay. Is that right?
Sure.
Okay, so listen, here's what you got to do. I'm just sort of a plain talking guy. Okay. And so sometimes to try to work some of these things out, you got to kind of set aside your pride. Okay. Sometimes things don't work out, but sometimes things do work out, but they can only work out if there are people in a position maybe that can help. Can't do everything, but you got to kind of know what's going on with you. Okay. So if it's going to be a circumstance where you're going to be homeless, you got to tell me that.
Not maybe for a minute.
What do you mean by that?
Okay, honey, it's okay.
Haley, talk to me. All right.
Well, I just I would rather just not have to keep going through with this, like the rent April. So I could find somewhere.
Okay,
like,
now hold.
I to do it all on my own. So.
All right. Okay. So Haley, look. Gavin, how old are you, buddy?
I'm 21.
All right. Now, certainly, Haley, not through the circumstances, probably not through the circumstances of either one of you that you guys have been through. Let me just tell you, you're talking to somebody who losing parents is hard, right? We know it's going to happen. At least if things happen in the orderly way.
I found her GoFundMe.
That's going to happen, but we never expect it. Okay. So I usually don't share things about myself, but so that you can understand that at least to a certain extent, I can kind of understand the uncertainty of where you guys are.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Understand, I lost my dad when I was 16. So I can particularly appreciate, Gavin, when you say you're not in a good headspace, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. And, Haley, I can't even wrap my head around that. Okay. But the one thing I can tell you both, life doesn't end. You find a way to make it through. Haley, for you, sometimes when I'm telling you to set aside your pride, sometimes you got to set aside your pride. Sometimes you're just not that strong, and it's okay. Okay? Because somewhere out there, while the world doesn't seem like it's a great place sometimes, I believe in the goodness of people. And so sometimes when you let that down and people can see it and you just sort of lay it bare, I got to believe, and I just do believe, that there are people around that kind of help you out. Okay? And you just can't, Haley, you don't have any reason to have any faith in humanity. You just don't. And I'm not going to try to tell you that you do. All right. But slowly but surely, maybe you'll begin to see it. Okay. It'll come back at some point. Okay. But more importantly, you got to give yourself space and time to heal and time to move on. And there's no recipe for it. And you're going to come across a lot of these bumps. And what I don't want you, it's one thing to give up on an apartment. It's a whole other thing to just give up on life. And the latter of that, I don't want to see. Okay. So,
I just
Haley,
posted on X. If somebody can,
if
do
you
some
don't
research.
have the apartment, where do you think you're going to go? You got a place?
I have a place that I can go to. Yeah.
Okay. For how long?
For a few months until I can get it figured out.
You know what, Your Honor, if I may,
This was last week.
I
and the
only
other one
want to
was
say,
today.
I think she would share more with you, and I don't know if you have if you're able to do this or not. I know because her and Gavin haven't been dating since April, I'm sorry, that she would probably share more with you if she wasn't in this situation. And I'm not asking you to make accommodations, but I do feel like that's where the hesitation's from. I don't know if he can be removed so she could share you more during this or not.
Well, let me do this.
She's like, kick my son out. So
Let me do this. Haley, just really bottom line is, between you and Gavin, you don't have the money to pay for this apartment, right?
Mm-mm.
You have the potential ability to go someplace. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, Haley. Mr. Dornbush, I'm going to adjourn this out to October 4th, 2024 over plaintiff's objection. What time?
12 p.m.
At 12 p.m. Okay.
Sir, could I say one thing though? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
My dad's service is on the 5th, and they live down by Flint, and I was planning on being there for the 4th and the 5th. So I don't know. We could reschedule a different day.
Well, I'm going to leave it to the 4th because I think things have to get resolved for the plaintiff. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave it that date. If you're not here, I certainly understand that, and we'll work around that some way, but you're not in the apartment in any event. So
yeah,
that may not be an issue. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. Ms. Dornbush, I'm going to ask you a favor of you. If you don't mind, if I ask Haley to wait till the end of the proceeding, do you mind if I have a private communication with her and Gavin's mom regarding the circumstances in this case? I would never, of course, do anything detrimental to your client in that conversation, but just trying to figure out what we can do with this so some folks can land softly. You're muted.
Sorry, Judge. I was verifying those other payments. And I'm not entirely sure what to say, because obviously the news, the information that's been shared here today is frankly devastating. So at the same time, I do have a job to do, and I have to advocate for my client, and I know the court recognizes that. I would say that if during that discussion information comes to light that would otherwise affect my client's legal rights, that information needs to be shared with me. Because
absolutely,
I do have an ethical duty to my client, but at the same time, I understand the circumstances and frankly, what Ms. Salisbury has been dealing with. I have no way to understand that, but I know that there's information that the court would like to hear that she would like to share, and I understand the need to do that privately. So, if something comes up that is going to affect my client's legal rights, I have to request that information be shared with me, whether it's in a written statement or if it's something that the court discloses.
And Ms. Dornbush, I would give you my word that if that were the case, and I would also apprise her that I would have to share that with you, so there wouldn't be any surprise on anybody's part. But I have a feeling there's something. Yeah. So if you don't mind, I think I will do that, and let's see where we can go and try to get this resolved, hopefully next week with this. But I think there's something that has to happen in the interim. Okay. So I'll adjourn it out a week. Haley, wait on the line. You and Gavin's mom are going to go into a private breakout with me as soon as I get finished with these few cases that I got here, okay?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Let's call the case of Spice Tree Apartments versus Kaylee Kaba.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna cut from that really quickly. I think what would be most beneficial is if you're able to just retweet or reshare the information. You don't have to retweet my tweet, but maybe word it better and share that information, and maybe tag a couple people that might be interested in sharing that information as well. I will tell you that this particular this particular GoFundMe has a donation protection on it, where if something is not right, and everything that I can see looks like it's right, it's made by Andrea Delorier, Andrea was the woman that was next to her in court. It's got a picture of her. It's got the stories, the link, the timeline lines up. It looks to be legitimate. The amount they're asking for is right about what they owe, and maybe a 1 month's rent afterwards. But sharing this with other people, making this go viral would probably be the best thing that you could probably do for it. So please share that in some way after you do your due diligence on that as well. And I can see that the 13 people just donated just a second ago. It's climbing quickly. So we did have the hearing from today. We watched them in reverse order, and the hearing from today was a heartbreaker as well. What we heard in the hearing from today was that basically the GoFundMe idea was raised. I think this GoFundMe was built before that happened, and so it's in reverse order. This was built because of how old it is. That's why one of the reasons why I believe this. So anyway, it's just awesome. What's for lunch? For lunch today, Mrs. Ari just got back from the store, so we have these. I think they're called croissant rolls with chicken salad, chocolate chip cookies with M&Ms, and grapes. So appreciate that. Laura, thanks for cueing us into what was going on there in court with Cedric Simpson. I'm going to see. Normally, I tell you, landlord-tenant cases can be just they just pull at your heartstrings the whole time. So we don't watch a lot of them, but that's one that was definitely worth the watch. Let's jump now over, shifting gears a little bit, and go back while I eat my lunch to watch Judge Fleischer, see what he's got going on in his spicy court, because it's been pretty good today.
Grandmother does not want you in the house.
Right. So what the officers told me, wasn't true.
I'm telling you now what your bond condition is. If you violate this condition, I'm going to put you in jail. You need to think about this now, because if you get out there, start acting, you have no one that is going to bond you out. So when you're out there in the free world, Tristan, I want you to think.
Right.
Because if you go to jail and I make your bond $5,000, if you don't have anyone to pony up that money, what happens?
I'm just gonna be a judge.
Right. You think you're gonna graduate?
I might not already, so hey. And that's not no disrespect, I'm sorry. It's just something. I worked really hard to get where I am. Like, really, really hard to get this scholarship, to graduate. I worked really, really hard to get where I am. And now to be told that I might not even be able to graduate because...
Who said that?
Who said that? I'm not gonna be able to graduate. I'm telling you right now, I'm not gonna be able to graduate. I don't have nowhere to go. My best friend, that was an if, or that I have to start to ask her mom, is a whole bunch I have to do it. Like, where am I? Don't worry about it. I'll figure it out.
I have to consider the safety of the community.
Right.
I understand that it's going to be tough for you, but actions have consequences. And I really hope that you appreciate what's going to happen. But I want to impress on you now that if you don't have anyone to bond you out, look at me. If you don't have anyone to bond you out and you go out there and do something you're not supposed to, or violate these conditions, or pick up a new case, it's really, really going to go sideways. You've dug yourself into a very small hole. It's not deep enough that you can crawl out of. But understand, you're skirting thin ice now. It's not the end of the world.
Right.
Time will pass, wounds will heal. But if you go out there and make moves that are not smart, choices that are not smart, you're only digging this hole deeper.
Right.
We can come back on Monday. I will try your grandmother again on Monday. I will talk to them myself.
That's in the notes.
I will allow you to report via Zoom if you want to.
Okay.
You don't have to come to court.
Okay.
Okay? But don't take matters into your own hands because it's really going to go south.
Okay.
You understand?
I understand.
He is the best in the business.
Right.
He will help you out for any issues that you need. He can get a hold of me at any time. There's no excuse for you to have contact with these people,
Right.
pick up a new case, or accidentally, oh, but I fell down and I ended up back at my grandma's house. Don't.
Right.
Don't.
So if all my stuff, can I go get my things?
No.
So how much?
You cannot go back there. No means no.
I'll explain the orders also, Judge, and try to work through how we can deal with it pragmatically.
Let's come back Monday. I'll try to call grandma again. I'll try to.
And I'll work on it too, and just talk about how we can work through it.
About any MAC resources you can think about.
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about those now. I don't know if it'll happen quickly, but
need money for anything. We'll give you whatever you need. Just say the word.
I'll work on that today.
Okay.
Okay.
So that you don't miss school anymore.
Stop. Full stop. Full stop. Mathis, this is fire. Mathis sent me this song. Full stop, guys. Put your headphones on. We are about to listen to some music. We are about to listen to an appellate brief. You may not like the style of music, but oh my goodness, this is incredible. Buckle up. This is crazy. Whoops, hang on. Let's back it up. I need to change the audio so you guys can hear it too. Okay, here we go.
The final judgment comes to this court with a presumption of correctness, and the hospital bears the burden to show reversible error. The pre-trial and post-trial orders show the trial court's careful and thorough analysis of the applicable law and its application to the issues after dismissing with prejudice or granting summary judgment in the hospital's favor as to 21 claims in several instances based on Chapter 39 immunity. The court conducted a fair and balanced trial on the remaining claims. The hospital maintained throughout that it did nothing wrong. The Kowalskis were not injured, at least not badly. It was only following DCF orders, and the jury and the trial court simply did not understand its case. The hospital now doubles down on these contentions, showing it still does not get how atrocious its conduct was. It seeks to eliminate factual issues the jury decided against it, such as whether it engaged in extreme and outrageous conduct, or whether it was deceptive in its billings, contrary to how appellate courts view facts. After a verdict, the hospital either construes disputed facts in its favor, or simply proclaims there was no evidence. None of these assertions is correct. The hospital's arguments should be rejected and a final judgment affirmed.
That is absolutely amazing, Mathis. You've never heard court like that before. Oh my goodness. Mathis, that is absolutely wild. This is one of those things where you never thought they would go well together. Like rock music and appellate briefings. But what a fit. What a fit. Now I'm gonna have to re-up. Mathis, can I share that? Can I share that with some other creators? Because I think some of them would love that. It's what if every courtroom had a band, says Abby. Oh my goodness. I'm dying. Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna see if we can post it just by itself. That is wild. Which, if I can ask Mathis, which software did you use for this one to build the AI song? I mean, you can tell everyone you sang it yourself and you played the drums and the guitar, but I know that it was AI. Just let me know which one you used. Oh, Suno. Okay. Playing around with the options. We use Suno as well for Big Dill. That's the song that was playing at the Waterfall Bar. That is crazy. I love it. I wonder, now I'm thinking, Mathis, you've got me thinking, we've got to do this because there are some appellate briefings that are better than others, right? Some are just straight boring legal speak, and others have jabs and stuff. And this had some of the jabs, and I think that's what makes the song, which is just wonderful. Thank you for the updates. I'm watching here on the GoFundMe as well on my screen for Haley. Over $1,000. It's over $1,125 has been raised. Which just amazing good people. Okay, so give the background of the song again. Horse Feather. Mathis has been trying to get me to read the Maya trial appellate briefings, which are like 183 pages long. We skimmed through some of them, and they're too heavy. It's heavy in case law. It's very repetitive. And Mathis says, well, maybe if I put it in a song, you could play it. And so he made the song. Mathis made the song, who was our internet owner today, by the way, made the song using Suno, which is Suno, which is an application where you can just basically feed it the words and tell it the genre of music you want, and it mixes and matches it and makes a song out of it. And sometimes it does a good job, and sometimes it does bad. That's how we made the Big Deal song. I wrote all the words myself. I wrote the lyrics, and we plugged that in, and it came out that way. I made a post to the Facebook page with Haley's story. Thank you. I appreciate that. This is very rare, and I would just advise you all to do your own due diligence on this. I can't get in the middle there, but let's see. Right next to me is the transcript of the Brooks trial. What am I eating? I ate my 2 croissants with chicken salad. I now have grapes and cookies left. I'm saving the cookies for last. We need Sarah Boone's testimony made into a song version. Oh, this could be great. This could be great. Sarah Boone's ad in a song. We could do that. We could do that. Tina B, thank you very much. Appreciate that. It sounds like there are a lot of people. What I think the case is right now, there are a lot of people who would like to donate but don't know where the GoFundMe is. So they're in that. How do I do it? And so I think the most useful thing you can do is share the link. So it can make it into the right realms. Possibly, if you're in Judge Cedric Simpson, if he's got his chat on, which I'm not sure. Does he run chat anymore? I think he keeps chat turned off, right? But there's ways to type things in without having to be a link, so you could share it there. Do Sarah Boone's ad in the style of circus music. Can we hear Big Dill? Yeah, we can hear Big Dill as well.
I'm sitting up in the morning wearing headphones. I'm running court in your brain like it's an end zone. My money's green like the pickles and you want some. Don't interrupt cause I don't want your lame objection. From my t-shirt to murder, I think I've seen it all. From picking juries to when the gavel falls. The judge takes the bench and the bailiff yells alright. And pay respect to RA, the goat of true crime. Imitators try, but they just can't achieve. And when they fail, they be like my dog stepped on a bee. They take the stand and the jury chooses not to believe. Because there'll never be another creator like me.
That was the grunge version. It's not the approved official version. We have to swap to this one. Here we go.
Wake up in the morning wearing headphones. I'm running court into your brain like it's an end zone. My money's green like the pickles and you want some. Don't interrupt cause I don't want your lame objection. From land t-shirts to murder, I think I've seen it all. From picking juries to when the gavel falls. The judge takes the bench and the bailiff yells all rise. And pay respect respect to the one and only go to true crime. Imitators, they try, but they just can't achieve. And when they fail, they be like, ow, I stepped on a beat. Take the stand and the jury chooses not to believe, because there will never be another creator like me. Big deal in one corner and the count in another. We've got the judge reading chat while we talk to the lawyers. All our clips go viral, they're too good not to share. Came in late, check the thumbnails, you'll find it all there. They say I'm addicted to rhyme, but it's more than just time. And the mic is hot, the gavel drops, and I'll be talking about crime. And don't you worry about the sound, cause I'm keeping it real, just like a pickle jar, but I'm one big deal. They say I'm addicted to rhyme, but it's more than just time. And the mic is hot, the gavel drops, and I'll be talking about crime. And don't you worry about the sound, cause I'm keeping it real, just like a pickle jar, but I'm one big deal.
Thumps. All right, there we go. Now we've had our music fix. I need some help. Obviously, I don't want anyone to dox anyone, but I'm trying to get a hold of Andrea DeLawyer. She's the one who created the GoFundMe. I found her Instagram. I mean, it's her son. I mean, this is the right name. This is all good. I would like to talk to her. Let's see. Can somebody help me do a little bit of cyber sleuthing on that one? Amber, you're on it. Okay. Her name is just Andrea.DeLawyer on Instagram. Just seeing if we can find that. I'd like to reach out to her and talk to her. I wouldn't want to talk to Haley directly. You send her a message. Okay. Let her know I'd like to talk to her, if that's all right. There's a contact me on the GoFundMe. Let me find that here. Thomas has a number. All right. You guys hold tight for a minute. I'm going to play some music, see if I can make a connection. And if she agrees to it, I'll see if we can bring her on the air and talk to her just really briefly. All right. Okay. I've reached out as well. We're trying to get a hold of her. The number you had, WeatherWatch, was not letting me go through. They're still up there in court. Let's see. Let's jump back to court then and see what's happening up there with Simpson.
Okay. All right.
And then my husband had paid $600 in the beginning of August. So we had
Okay, let me just stop you. Okay, just for a second. How are you gonna try to catch this all up?
well, we're gonna pay $900 today. And then we need another week to pay.
You got 900 today,
And then the balance is after that.
That was the balance.
You said 2,000.
I have 200 and
And then there's 200 in escrow.
I have 200 in escrow. So if you pay the 900, that's 1,100 off of that. So you would owe about $15.38.
Okay.
So he wants to know when we're gonna pay the balance.
A week.
Folks, let me ask you this.
It would be.
Folks, let me just ask you, you're gonna need some assistance to get this done, you think?
Well, we just applied for, now that I have something from the court, I did go and apply for SER through DHS.
How many people are in your house?
4.
So that is only gonna get you about $740. That's if you're approved.
Okay.
Okay, but that means everything else has to be paid before they're gonna pay that.
Yes. So the question is, when do we need another week?
I can honor it.
Yes, he said another week. And we'll pay the remainder.
Remainder of what?
11, what did you just tell us the remainder was? I'm sorry.
About $1,530.08.
$30. You need more than a week?
I can give it to us. It's up to the judge.
Could you talk to him, please?
If you can give us a little more than a week, if you can.
No more than a week. I only have to the 25th. I only have, my dates are the 11th and the 25th.
I can have it.
By the 25th?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Landman, I know you might object.
Your Honor, I was at somewhat of a slight disadvantage because I saw the motion for the first time maybe 15 minutes ago. It was not sent to me by the Lundys. Let me supplement a little bit as to, and maybe correct some of what was said, just if for no other purpose than to complete the record. The Lundys paid $500 at the end of July. The default judgment was entered on August 9th. The Lundys were served through a second mailing from this court, as well as, I believe, according to the Register of Actions, substitute service from the court officer. So I respectfully disagree with their position that they didn't receive the paperwork. Be that as it may, a judgment was entered August 9th. They were to pay or vacate by August 19th. They did neither. There was communication with my client at the end of August, which was Labor Day weekend. So the office was closed on Labor Day weekend. They did not offer to pay in full for the end of the month because they would have wanted to come in on August 31st when the office wasn't opened. The fact of the matter is they didn't pay September. They haven't paid October. They also didn't file this motion until September 25th, which makes it incredibly untimely. They did speak with legal aid. Ms. Kim from legal aid communicated with me on September 11th. I was under the impression that she was going to be representing the Lundys. I heard nothing further from her. I followed up twice to find out if legal aid was going to be involved and heard nothing until your staff contacted me on September 25th, indicating that this motion had been filed and the $200 had been placed in court escrow. So I understand that the court has a policy of trying to get this stuff caught up. And I guess I would say this. If the court reschedules this matter for October 25th and payment has not been made in full of the entire $2,630.08, then I believe the order of eviction, which this court already signed,
yes,
should be enforced.
All right.
I would say that waiting further for DHS should not be something that this court is inclined to do, given this sequence of events.
You understand that, folks?
Totally understand.
However, we did speak to Danielle on August 30th, and we told her that we would bring it.
Ma'am, let me explain something to you. You can sit here and argue about it.
I'm sorry?
You can sit here and argue about it and try to give me all of those details. The cold-hearted reality is I have already signed the writ in this case. So if all I have to do is say the writ goes forth and we're done, I'm trying to give you a way out of this. But if you keep arguing things with me that aren't going to make, they're not going to make a difference.
Sir, I'm not arguing at all.
I know, but you're trying, look,
I'm sorry.
What I'm saying is
You're
this.
about to.
Here's the amount that's owed. There's already a writ. They really, truly don't have to take any partial payment, right? So you tell me you're going to pay $900. I've got $200. You told me that you can have everything done by certainly the 25th. So I'm just trying to give that to you.
Okay.
Follow me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Because all I want you to do is have a home. That's my objective here. All right. So I'm going to adjourn it to October 25th, 2024 at 1 p.m. Folks, get it in before that point in time. Okay. Just so we can just put this. And then I'm going to release the escrow, release the $200 to plaintiff.
I have a question, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like us to pay the Whitaker Oaks, or would you like us to
pay Whitaker Oaks?
Okay.
All right. So they don't have to wait for us to get it.
Okay.
To get the money.
And based on the statements made on the record, they intend to pay $900 today.
Yes.
And if it's not paid, then the writ should go forward.
That's true. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, full pause. I'm doing some heavy duty cyber stalking, legal stalking research. Let's see. She's giving me permission. Okay. All right. Okay, we've got the number. Okay. I want to give her a call. I'm not going to give Haley a call, okay? First of all, Haley, I don't think Haley's in a spot where that would be beneficial and helpful to her. Although the help, I think, would. I'd like to talk to, let's see. I don't know who's calling right now. Hang on. Hey, Amber.
Hey, it sounds like you're getting ready to try and call her. Don't yet.
She's still in court, right?
She's still in court.
Yeah.
She's still in court. She said, but if you text her, she will get back to you as soon as they get out of court. She's trying to make sense of what's happening.
Well,
so I have spoken to her.
We'll tell her to check the GoFundMe. I've got a spam call. I'm sorry, Amber. I need to let you go. Okay, here we go. Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, this is Louis. I work for the Fulfillment Center with Prime Time Travel and Resort. How you doing today?
I'm pretty good.
Good. So I see here that you have about 4 vacations worth of travel credit built up. Everything is paid for. The only thing that you would be responsible for is a one-time booking fee here today. The first vacation is a 5-day, 4-night stay in Las Vegas. Then you got a 5-day, 4-night stay in Orlando. Then you got an 8-day, 7-night, flex cruise with Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, or Carnival Cruise Line. And then last but not least, you would have a mini vacation at your disposal. 3 days, 2 nights, over 150 cities to choose from. And that, my friend, comes with round trip airfare for 2. And that also comes with a rental car. Now,
These are cruises?
No, this is the whole package is yours. Okay. Only thing that you have to do is pay a one-time booking fee. Okay. The booking fee for the whole package, they used to do it for one trip. You would have to pay, they used to do it individually. But now that we're trying, COVID hit, and then we're trying to, get people to start traveling again. So we have a package deal now. So once, we're trying to, get the world back to where it used to be and get people to travel again. So this is good for the holidays.
I've always wanted to go on a cruise. I've never been, and I've always wanted to go.
Okay. So this whole package right here, you got the cruise, you would have the whole package for just a booking fee. The third and the fourth traveler would travel. They would be covered on the initial insurance that you had. Okay, so
But I can't do Vegas because I have. This is embarrassing. I have a warrant in Vegas that I haven't taken care of.
Oh no! Believe me, buddy. Believe me, I've been in jail before. I am not judging you, bro. No way, brother. I am not judging you. And I heard in Vegas, bro, they're bad out there.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I could see it. I seen it on the little show. Yeah, I seen it on the little show. You know how they take people to jail, the cops, the city cops. Yeah, it was crazy because I've never been to Vegas. I would love to go there. Though.
Now I'm curious. What were you in for? I'm not sure if I want to tell you what I was in for, but.
Nah, we were just fighting. Me and my girlfriend were arguing. They took me to jail, but all the charges were dropped and stuff. Yeah, it was just domestic, but it was dropped. Everything was dropped. It was cool.
Mine may have involved a police chase.
Oh shit! In Vegas, that was probably
it wasn't in Vegas, but I was going through Vegas, and I almost made it all the way into Utah up I-15.
What was it like? The movie Hangover and shit?
I don't remember a lot of it.
Oh my god!
There's video from a helicopter.
Yeah, that's why I'm so glad that I didn't go to Vegas when I was young. I'm older now. I'm 45 now, but I'm glad I didn't go to Vegas when I was young because I heard the.
Well, now I can't go. Which now's
man,
when
that's awesome.
This is prime of my life.
Listen,
I wish I could be there.
Hey, listen. How about this? They opened up these destinations. Okay, so you got 20 different destinations that you could choose from. These first 2 that you don't have to go to Orlando. You don't have to go to Vegas. There's 20 different destinations that open up.
Now this has another just one question. I've always wanted to go on a cruise, but I am scared of deep water. Are there any cruises where they go close to land, where the boat doesn't go very far? Where you can still see the shore.
Well, no, I couldn't answer that really because I've never been on a cruise and I want to do the same thing. Listen, I'm going to tell you, I'm from South Florida, right here, the biggest port. And I grew up on the water, on everybody's boat, all my friends, but I never been on a cruise. And it's just eating at me because I never been on a cruise.
I want to be on the boat, but I don't want to be out in the ocean where it can sink and no one ever hear me. Is it possible to get a cruise where they just stay parked at the port? You just live on the boat for a week or so?
Nah. I know, right? That'd be cool. No, I get it. I totally get it.
Maybe
but listen,
maybe up the
hold
Mississippi River or something?
Well, hold on. The only cruise? Yeah, you can. You actually can.
Sweet.
You actually can. Hold on. Hold on.
Hi, my name is Anthony. I'm the promotional director. How are you today?
Hey, Anthony. I was just talking to another guy.
Yes, sir. He transferred your call over to see if I could add some special benefits, unlock the preset destinations, maybe throw in some extra trips for you.
All right. We were.
Did you have?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, please.
I was asking about different cruise locations, but you said unlock additional benefits. What else?
Correct. So I know he told you about Orlando and Vegas, right?
Yeah. I'm scared of deep water, but I want to go on a cruise, and I was looking for more like a shallow water cruise.
Okay. Well, all the cruises go out into the ocean.
You don't have any like a Jackson River or a Mississippi River?
No, we don't have any river cruises as of right now. We're hoping to add some in next year, but you can always swap out the cruise for a land stay.
Like a land cruise? A land trip?
Yeah, like a trip in a hotel or in a resort or like an all-inclusive trip to Mexico or something like that.
So I can mix and match? And does the third and fourth person coming with me, that's still covered on whatever I swap out?
On the cruise, it's for 2 travelers. So all your resort stays are for 4. I'll explain. So you have 2 5-day, 4-night condos days. Kitchen, living room, dining room, master bedroom, suite, no more hotels. You have 18 different destinations.
That sounds better
It's
than
not
my
just
house.
Orlando and Vegas. Yeah, sounds better than my house too. But from Miami to Honolulu, all the hot spots in between, Branson, Cocoa, Clearwater, Gatlinburg, Myrtle Beach, Dallas, Hilton Head, St. Pete. You pick where to take both your 5-day stays.
Yeah.
Now, the cruise option is anywhere from a 3-day to an 8-day with Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian.
Okay.
There's multiple ports you can sail out of. You have 9 different ports. So you can sail anywhere out of Florida, you can sail out of California, out of Texas, out of New Orleans, and out of South Carolina.
Okay.
Now, I will include round trip airfare for 2 on the cruise. So if you decide to take the cruise, I'll fly you back and forth. You live in a landlocked state.
Is there any way to make sure that there's not going to be any problems with nut allergies? Because I have a really bad allergy to peanuts, and like if there's like cruise food, if there's a lot of nuts and things, I just swell up like
you
a
just
balloon.
I can imagine. My daughter has allergies, and she keeps napping around. But you can let them know of allergies, and they do have special diets. I've seen people that just do straight kosher or straight vegan, or
Will they do all the like?
problem.
I mean, we're talking like this is like a real cruise, not like a budget one, right? Like they'll do like the little towel art with the
Carnival,
little swans on
Royal
the bed.
Caribbean, Norwegian. These are top of the line.
Yeah, but
You know,
we get like
I'm
the
not
towel
putting
art,
you
right?
on-
Like where they
Of
make the
course.
stuff on the pillows.
Of course.
I
course.
wanted that. for
Mints
so long.
on the pillows. You're gonna have when you sit down. You'll probably get dinner at the captain's table at one point.
Do you have to dress fancy? Because I don't think I have.
You don't have to. It's a cruise, man.
I could do like
be relaxed.
I could do like Crocs, like orange Crocs and orange
Yeah,
jumpsuit.
yeah. Orange Crocs are perfect. Yeah,
if it has
I'm
my
sure you
inmate
already have
number
the
across
orange
the-
jumpsuit, right?
I do.
Inmate number on the back.
Yeah.
Mine's L23193, sir.
Sweet. Sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
10 years incarceration will do that to you.
What'd you do to get? If I could ask. Oh, he hung up. He hung up. No, we've got 2 ex-cons trying to sell cruises. Oh my goodness. Oh. This is RA. We're going on a cruise. Yeah, he hung up. He gave us his inmate number first. Anyone want to do a little digging? That's going to be... Oh, man. Good stuff. All right. To those who just joined us, welcome. This is not what we normally do. Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday. We're getting better. L23193. 10 years. 10 years on the inside. As soon as I asked what he did, he was like, no, that's gone too far. Whew. He was the same guy. Do you think it was the same guy? That was crazy. All right, we're hoping. Let's see. I've got to text really quickly. Hold tight. Haley's GoFundMe is over $2,100 now. Give me a second. We're going to see if we can text Andrea. Who's this?
Call from
AWOL.
AWOL podcast. What's up, my friend?
What's up? That has to be one of the funniest telemarketing calls I ever heard in my life.
They were more energetic than we've had in a long time. That really, I think, carried the sale. I mean, that's why I was about ready. I was about ready to give him my credit card. AWOL. It was that close. No, I wasn't. There's no way.
As a person who allegedly sold speakers at the side of a van, home theater speakers.
Mm-hmm.
I said this in chat, from New York, upstate to South Jersey, Florida. Moved over there for 2 months and did it.
Allegedly.
Boston, everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly.
Right.
But our speakers worked, and I plugged them in. So everything was above board.
It wasn't
But-
the bait and switch. You plug one in, you give them a different box that has a brick in it.
No. No, it was just it's a long story, but they definitely work. There's people that I still know from that job that have the original home theater still in their house. It was a 5.1. I know I sound like a sales pitch, but
I'm sold.
It definitely worked.
Where do I pay? Just kidding. Yeah, as
And
one of
the
those.
thing is,
Go ahead.
I had a certain price on the top of it that I had to pay. So anything above that price, allegedly, I was able to keep. But that job only lasted for so long, maybe 2.5 years, because I ended up almost breaking even because I would pitch somebody and he'll come out with his kid. I go, oh no. And I'm like, he don't have the money for this. And I just technically lied to him. So I'm like, you know what? You got $50, you can have it. I go back to the warehouse and I'm like, you owe me $300. I'm like, okay, here's $250 plus the 50 from this guy. I was like, I can't do this. I don't have the heart for it.
Man.
So that was, I like their tactics. They probably never committed any crimes.
No.
But if you're a good enough salesman off the top, you could freestyle. Yeah, I did some time.
Yeah, the thing is, these guys could have legitimate jobs somewhere and do well at it. They've got skills. They've got salesmanship skills. Don't be conning people into saying they have, gifts or travel credits that nobody has. It's a lie and it's fake.
Yeah, that is the shady part. And you know what? Karma will come back, and I've dealt with my fair share. Would like to believe with my good deeds that I did after that I at least broke even, right? But
hang on, Amber, can you send her my personal? Sorry, I need to tell Amber. Send her my personal, not the burner, if that's all right. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, I would like to believe that I at least broke even with my karma. I used to own a skate shop, and I would have like food drives, and I told the young skaters, they were young, I said, listen, I give you guys boards and sneakers and everything, but you have to pay it forward. So how about you bring canned goods? Don't steal it from your parents' cabinets, but, bring me a can of soup. And then I would go to like soup kitchens or the churches, and I would make a different skater come with me every time. They were like 13 years old, and I would make a different skater come with me every time to drop off the goods. And no pictures. We're not giving names. You don't know who we are.
Yeah.
We don't want no recognition. We drop this off. If they ask any information, just say, don't worry about it. This is just what we're doing. And we leave. And fast forward 12 years later, they're all like, the ones that still see me go, that taught me a good lesson.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'm paying back my speaker hustling days, allegedly.
I don't know. There's probably somebody out there who's still using these, like, these are the best pair I've ever owned.
Yeah, and they work. They work.
It's like
but
nothing sounds as good as
funny.
these speakers. It was some guy off the back of a truck. So.
I would tell you the name of them, but I'm not going to
don't do that.
implicate
That makes it harder to say allegedly. So
Right. Well, it could have been my friend that did it. But anyway, I just had to call you with that call because their sales pitch was I kind of get where they were coming from.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, you're playing the Me Too.
Man.
So
crazy stuff.
That's that. So, all right. I just had to call you with that.
Yep. Thank you, AWOL. Good talking to you.
All right.
Have a great
Everybody
weekend.
have a good day.
You too.
Love you, chat.
Mm-hmm. Bye.
Bye.
You guys are right. Mrs. R.A., I believe you're right as well. Says, I just went back and listened to the voices for the first and second salesman. I think there's a good chance it's the same guy. He literally pretended to be somebody else on the phone. We were both pretending to be somebody else, but I think he was faking on both times. So he was twice as bad as me because I was pretending to be one person, Dwayne, and he was pretending to be two people. So I'm justifying my actions on the call. Oh my goodness. That's next level. I never thought. I always thought they really transferred me. That there was like the first person who's like, hello, sir, we would like to tell you that you have won a cruise of your choice to 7 different destinations. We got that guy. And then it's like, hey, I'm the closer. We got transferred. I thought we were two different people, but he just really talks out of the other side of his face and just calls it good. Okay. Let's see. 2 people pretend to be the same guy. I could be under the influence of a Snickers. I have not even eaten the second 2 cookies. Something was in those grapes, Mrs. R.A. The natural sugar. Thank you, Amber. I saw the copy on the text. Hopefully they can reach out here soon. He did do 2 different accents, which is pretty cool. Towards the end, though, he sort of sounded more like that. But let's do the research. There's only 50 states to check, right? 50 states to check on inmate numbers, and then we'll be able to see what. He'd served 10 years, so we should be able to find that. I buy my steaks off the back of white trucks. Is that bad? Not for the white truck. Now I want to to hear the call again. You'll have to rewind on the call. I cannot rewind it. That's not something that runs through my replay system. My audio system is separate. But it's recorded for all posterity here on YouTube. Do an Amazon cruise. Paddled upriver by the locals. I do see there's a police chase in Los Angeles right now. We might. Why not? We might go there. Hang on one second. Let me just take a peek with one eye. I'm just going to look just with one eye and see if it's worth. It's a motorcycle. We can't do a motorcycle chase because one of two things is going to happen. He's going to get away because he can drive places where the cop cars can't, or he's going to wreck and it's going to be not good, and we can't show that. Can't do a motorcycle. That's too risky for me. All right, I'm excited. I'm excited. Today's been an amazing day. First of all, hearing Haley Salisbury's story just like pulled at the heartstrings. And as everyone in chat is saying, hey, is there something we could do? I'd want to help. As that is happening, like in real time, we're hearing people that are watching Simpson reach out to the only people they can reach out to, okay, because they're incredibly hard to get hold of, but the only people we can reach out to, and that was the landlord, the agency, the lawyer representing the landlord saying, hey, we want to help. We're on YouTube. We want to help. We watch Judge Simpson on YouTube. We'd like to help. We'd like to do a GoFundMe. And then seen the GoFundMe, which it looks like they had already created with very little success, like less than $200 had been contributed in about a week. And now it's over $2,000, getting well on the way to the goal of $7,500 to help her get a new start. The poor girl, for those that did not hear the story, 2 years ago, her dad, according to this news story that's linked in the article, shot and killed her mom and her three youngest siblings. And then he turned the gun on himself. Terrible, terrible situation. She was getting survivor benefits because of Social Security. Her stepdad. I have to clarify that. And she was getting survivor benefits and thought they went till she was 21, signed a year lease, and it turns out they went till she was 20, and ended up upside down and basically with nobody because the family's gone. It's just her. Parents are gone. She's trying to navigate the whole transition into adulthood and got in over her head. Was in a relationship with a boyfriend, broke up with the boyfriend right about time that the money stopped. And the boyfriend's mom stayed with her, Andrea. We're trying to reach Andrea. Actually, we are in contact with Andrea. We're hoping that she's able to contact us or willing to contact us and talk to us so we can sort of talk to her a little bit and get her side, a little more of the story than what's maybe just limited to the details the court needs to know in order to handle the case. But hopefully we can do that. So we've got some contacts, and thank you, Amber, for doing that. $2,400 now. It's up to $2,400. Just 2 years ago, boyfriend's dad, his funeral is tomorrow. Just these two, the mom, stepdad shot and killed her biological mom and her three half siblings. Thank you. It helps if I get the details correct. Hang on. I need to reread this article. I read it way too quickly. I think people are sending it to me now. I'm going to read it straight from the GoFundMe. This is out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Yeah, I've got it all backwards. Man charged with murder of his wife and 3 children in Mecosta County. They're out of court right now. Let's see. Take a minute to eat and breathe real quick. Could you let me know how quickly you think we need to do to respond? To run with the momentum for our best chance of help. I know she's pretty spent, and I am too. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be reading this. They just got out of court right now, and they're trying to, get a bite to eat. I need a battery. Hang on. My phone's going to die, and I can't have that happening. Hold tight for just a second. I need a battery. All right, this battery will run my phone for about 3 days, so that should be fine. I need to text her really quickly. Okay. All right, let's see. All right. I should have removed the comment. What's wrong? Sorry, I didn't know that was on for that long. Here's what's happening. I'm in text communication, thanks to Amber, with the lady who was standing next to Haley in court. That was Andrea. That's her ex-boyfriend's mom. We're watching the GoFundMe climb rapidly. It's over $3,000 now, $3130 now. They're getting lunch. They just barely got out of court. They've talked to about the options, what the court can do, and agencies that might be able to step in and help and pay portions of it, things like that. Obviously, Andrea Andrea hasn't shared her story or a lot of it. We didn't see that. We know there is a story. She has a lot going on herself. She says she's maxed. She's at her limit. She wants to help all she can, and just she just can't. She's empty. Her bucket is empty. There's nothing more to give, basically. But she's trying to help. So she wants to help. She knows that Haley needs help to do this. She can't do it on her own. She is all by herself, and so she's trying to do everything she can. So she's very much on board, hoping that this might help Haley and give her the lift and the leg up after life dealt her just a crap hand to deal with right as she was transitioning, into adulthood, and so it's awesome. What's happening right now on the GoFundMe is just evidence that there are good people out there. Just amazing. It's one of those cool numbers. It's 3210 now, so nearly to the halfway mark. For those of you not able to donate, that is great. That is fine. Please don't feel that you should donate when you can't. If you don't have anything to give, you can't give anything away. But we would ask if you're able to share it on your social media page or something like that. That would be awesome. Just let other people know, spread the message a little bit, and there might be somebody who says, I'm in a spot where I could give a few dollars, and that could make all the difference. How did Ari get in contact with the person who was just in court? That, Judy, is thanks to Amber. We put the call out, and it's not terribly difficult to find people. I mean, I had her business address, her business. I've got her Instagram page. All her business filings, and it's just a bit of a stretch to get her current phone number was all. What is the GoFundMe link? Amber, do you have the link? Let's see. I've got it right here on the screen. I can put it up. And WeatherWatch beat me to it. Here's what we did to confirm. We've got her in court. We're talking about it. We've got the name right. The GoFundMe was made 5 days ago, which is good, because if it was made right now, it could be somebody who just heard about it at the last minute and jumped in to try to steal the money. 5 days ago, that's much better. Oh my goodness. We just went from 3,000 to 5,740 with a $2,500 donation. Oh my goodness. Such generosity. This is just amazing. That is huge. Haley literally just walked out of court with the judge doing everything he could for her, basically being homeless. She's got like 10 days to get out of her apartment, and she has nowhere to go. She's got a friend. She can crash on a friend's couch, but she's got nothing, and she's got a year lease that is just accruing. And as soon as she can get out of her apartment, then the apartment manager, the landlord, can rent it. And once they rent it, that frees up her lease. It doesn't free her until then. So yes, she has October's rent. Even though she's going to be getting out in October, she'll keep paying for that until it's rented. And I think it will be rented really fast. But let's see. Oh my goodness. But that needs to happen. I have no idea what I'm going to say to her. Obviously, the story touched all of our hearts when we saw it. Mostly because this isn't somebody who broke the law and then wants to be let off easy. This is somebody who literally just had their world shaken and turned upside down permanently, and is trying to navigate that, and through a mistake, got in way over her head money-wise, and just doesn't know where to turn. She's like, how you're at 22 and it looks like the world is ending. That's how it looks, to her. It's just like, she just wants to be free of this. She wants to be able to have a life and not have this affect her. Yeah, still traumatized for sure. Let's see. She's 20. She did just turn 20. She turned 20. I don't know, Reverend Beasy, you live an hour away, have a rental house. I'm going to talk to my partner about letting her stay in. That's awesome. I don't know what her needs are. Obviously, we saw during court when she was there in front of Judge Simpson, there's a lot of pride. There's a lot of fire in her, where she wants to say that I can do this, even though she's on her own and not by choice. She wants to say that, I can do this. I can make this happen. And so it's hard for her to accept that. But the stream, Lady Tammy, this GoFundMe was not mentioned on the judge's stream. It was just the idea was raised that there would be people who want to help. So what we're trying to do is spread awareness of this page, so that the people who want to help can help. Right now, the page doesn't mention anything about Judge Simpson. It doesn't mention her, eviction or anything like that. It's very bare bones. Just saying that she's in trouble financially and needs help to get started, struggling to get secure housing, and so it's actually hard to find. I didn't find it on our own. A couple people were searching for it, and we were able to find it. I've been searching since I heard GoFundMe just to see if it had happened, and it did. But she does have a cat. Yes, she needs to take care of that cat. Why are they pulling her lease? Is it because she was late on last month's rent? What happens is when you don't pay for 3 months, which I think is about the case here, 3 or 4 months, they evict you. They want the apartment back so they can rent it. And so they're getting an order to get her out. The judge is delaying that a little bit as much as he can. But once they get her out, they can re-rent it. And then once they re-rent it, it frees her from the lease. Now, she wants to be freed from the lease. But until then, she is on the hook. That number is just going to keep climbing each month with another rent added to it. But it is... let's see. It's just shy of $6,000. I meant today's court session they just left. Have we watched that? We did, Lady Tammy. We watched that one before we watched it in reverse order. We watched last week and then this week. Brenda, the person in court, we were watching Judge Cedric Simpson's. I can pull up just a little bit here. Back up. Let's see, where's my mouse? There it is. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is the court we were watching. The lady in the top left-hand corner, that is Haley Salisbury. The lady just up and to her left, up towards that corner, that is her ex-boyfriend's mom, who has been trying to help her through this, and she's going through stuff on her own that she has not shared. Her son's father, his son's father's funeral's tomorrow. You can imagine this. Haley, who's standing there talking to Judge Simpson, is way behind on her rent. She owes thousands. She was expecting benefits to come in from Social Security until she was 21 years old. That's how she was surviving. She was getting benefits because her parents were killed and her kids were killed. Her younger siblings, 3 younger siblings were killed in a homicide, basically all at once. And she's pretty much on her own now, and ended up upside down and in front of the judge with thousands of dollars, owed, and nowhere to go and nowhere to turn. So let's see. She became homeless due to the house being a crime scene. Yeah, that's. And even after the crime scene tape is down, that's not generally, a lot of times that's not something you can just go back to and just pretend like things are normal and try to put pieces back together in that same home. Oh man, her stepdad is being held for this, or was charged with it. I'm not sure what the status is of that case. I just passed $6,000. $6,040, $6,090 right now. Yeah, Jen, Mrs. R.A., when the police leave a crime scene, they don't leave having cleaned everything up. They leave having made a huge mess and taken all the pictures and, taken sections of carpet or whatever for evidence, and they pick up their evidence markers and they walk out and they say, now it's back to you. And that's where you get to clean up, and that's where you start from. It is brutal. It's a biohazard for sure. Yeah, it's terrible. You need to bring in a professional company to clean. Judge Simpson's up for re-election this year. Judge Simpson has had his ups and downs. I mean, he's not. I don't think there's any judge out there that doesn't have somebody that has like a beef with them. And the judge, I think I would say, has made some mistakes along the way, but I think he has a big heart, and I think he's trying to do what's right. And today we saw that. Actually worked with our fire department to have restoration companies on call after going to a scene like this to help the families. Yeah. We just had a screen frame right here just to show you what was going on. She's incredibly strong. She wouldn't raise the issue. Like she was trying to just push her way forward, and it was her boyfriend's mom that stopped the judge and said, I need to tell you the circumstances. You need to know what's happening and what led to this point. Okay, this wasn't somebody out partying and spending all the money and now in debt. This was somebody who's trying to deal with unimaginable tragedy, and just made some mistakes where she didn't have anyone there to help her walk through it. There was nobody. Her family was literally gone. Let's see, he took a no contest plea to the murders in his mugshot. He has a trach and no nose from. Oh, wow, that's rough. Is there a link for the GoFundMe? Yes, I can put it in chat. It's right here. Yep, it's over 6K. I think it's 100 over 6K now, which means they're less than $1,500 away from. See, $1,360 away from their goal. I should be able to pin a comment. That sounds like something that I should be able to do on YouTube, huh? Let me see if I can do that. Sarah, we just found out about this. Here we go. We just found out about this this case. We were watching Judge Simpson. Well, we were watching Judge Fleischer, and Laura came in and said, "Hey, you have to go back and watch Judge Simpson right before the break," and we did. And we watched what was on screen right now, and I'll play just a tiny
Who
bit of
doesn't
that.
talk?
The landlord doesn't really talk.
Okay, you can write him a letter then.
Okay.
All right, I mean, write him a letter and propose whatever. I'm sure Ms. Dornbush will let them know that you had a benefit that you no longer have, didn't expect it. I looked at given your birthday is April, her benefit cut that May. That's why May didn't get paid.
Mm.
And that's her whole, that's how you were living, right? Okay. So you follow all of that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now you don't want anything that's going to affect your record or your whatever. If I had to rule on this case today, there would be a judgment. Okay. I don't want to see that against you either. I mean, I'll be honest with you, but that's what would happen. So we've got to kind of take it in pieces. So when do you think you could be out of the apartment?
Anytime they need.
Okay. You've got some place to go?
I can, but if
Haley,
I'm paying,
Haley.
if it's October rent, then are they taking that off?
Pardon? Haley, what are you reading?
Nothing.
Yeah, no, hold on, darling. Look. It's okay. What was the last thing that you said to me about October?
So if I leave soon, or if I leave, are they gonna make me still pay October's rent, or will they take that off? Because they added October's rent to it.
Right, but listen. Yes, you would have, since you're occupying the premises, the simplest answer to that is you would have October that you would have to pay. All right?
So if they want me out today or tomorrow, then why would I?
Hold on.
pay all?
Whoa. Back up, slow down a little bit. Okay, Haley, please. Haley, when can you comfortably get yourself out of the property?
I don't know.
Back up one moment, Haley. Haley, do you have a place to go? Right. As we sit here, hold it. As we sit here right now, do you have a place to go?
Yeah, I have a friend.
You can crash on the couch. The lawyer for the landlord.
Do you
is
have
crying.
stuff in there, Haley?
Have what?
Oh my goodness.
You have things in the apartment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not
So-
nothing big.
Pardon?
Not nothing big.
Have you talked to the friend about moving in at all?
I know she will let me stay for a little bit, and then I can try to figure it out.
She's now past her goal.
So how much time
$7,875.
would you need to try to make that first part happen?
it just like if I'm already gonna have to pay October, then I might as well stay for October.
Haley.
I don't know.
Let me back up a moment, okay? On one thing. Your October rent, okay, and all the rent. Did you understand what I said where it's a redemption amount instead of a money judgment? Maybe I was talking to legalese. You understand what I mean by that? So what the plaintiff is asking for is a judgment. They want their apartment back. And they're just saying that if you want to stay, this is the amount you have to pay. Okay? If you leave, you either got to pay that amount or you got to leave. That's what really happened. Okay? Now, the monetary amount that you're talking about, which I see can be...
Hang on, Amber's calling us here. Just one second. Hey, Amber, you're live on the air. I just saw we passed the goal.
Yeah, I just got that message too. I actually just hung up with Andrea. She accidentally called me.
Okay. All right.
She is giving Haley a hug, and she's got to drive home about an hour and a half away. So she said give her just a few minutes, and she's going to call you once she's on the road. But she did want to tell me before she hung up with me that Haley had just looked at the GoFundMe, and it hadn't quite reached goal yet. It was just below goal, just over 6,000. She said it's the first sign of hope or positivity that she's seen in Haley in a long time. So they're so immensely grateful. But yeah, she said she'll give you a call in just a few minutes. Let her get on the road.
That's awesome. Okay. I've got her area code. I know where she's calling from. So I think I'll make sure we take that one. It's not a spam call. So won't do any funny voices. Amber,
yeah, don't do that.
Amber, thank you. I can't say enough.
You're welcome.
You guys, this is not me that did this. This was literally all of you that did this. Amber did some of the heavy lifting on the back end to reach out and get in contact, and was able to make that phone connection, which none of us could find. And then you guys all just stepped up. Just thank you. Thanks for all those who shared it. Thanks to all who have donated. Thanks for for everything. This is amazing. And like the judge says, for every one bad person out there are 10 good. It's things like this that show you those 10 good. A lot of times they just sort of blend into the background, but just awesome.
Yeah, I haven't stopped crying since she actually responded to me, because I was so afraid she wouldn't get the message because it goes to that other inbox for Facebook. So she's got a whole family waiting on her to be ready for her. So she's in a good spot, I think, now that she's seeing the help pour in. Yeah. So.
And it's not just our community. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that watched Judge Simpson that were just waiting, just needed the link. And that's where you guys sharing that link and putting it on Facebook pages and retweeting, got it out, I think, to those people as well that just opened it up. And it's awesome.
Yeah. BZ, I see your comment. I will get that to her as soon as I know that she's home, just to give her some time to breathe. Yeah. And focus on driving home.
Awesome.
All right, y'all.
Thank you.
I'm off here.
Send tissues.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll see you.
Uh-huh.
Bye. Oh. Let's see. Someone let Judge Simpson know the goal's reached so we can let her know. I don't know, maybe that might be something that our mods can do as well. We have some people who are familiar with working with courts and know how to get to clerks and get messages that way. I don't know if that might be something that he would really enjoy knowing. He'll find out eventually, because she's coming back to court in 10 days, right? This matter isn't done, I believe. Of course, it might be. I think the case formally has to be dismissed at some point. 92 donations for 8,140. It was at 130 when we first saw her in court today. Yeah, and it had been 7 days since she'd had a donation. So this was, I mean, they had already, it takes us a certain amount of hat in hand humility to be able to ask people for help. And they had done that a week ago, and she had gotten $130. And looking at that compared to the, $6,800, whatever it was that she owed in court when they added October's to it, it's a drop in the bucket. And walking into court today, it just must have been it must have been so hard for Haley to, let's see. I think we just got Haley's number. It looks like Haley's going to be posting an update on the GoFundMe once they get her account linked up. She might need some help with copy. I think Amber's going to step in with that. Just amazing. Let me just tell you, I can't say enough good things. I'm talking about Amber right now because the spotlight's on her. But there are so many people in this community who do just that, and you see them in chat saying, "Hey, I've got this. I can offer. I can do that. Thank you for the tissues. I need those." Just being able to give what you can and where you can, whether it's I've got a spot where she could stay for a little while, or I've got an extra $1 or $2 I can put towards the cause, or in Amber's case, she said I've got some skills that can help you with the GoFundMe page, because this will get the monkey off the back that's been pulling her down, but then she just starts with nothing, so just awesome. I don't know where to put the tissues here. The judge, I want to get to the point. I think it's right here. Hang on one second. I want to play the part right here. Okay, this is it. This is the part that where I knew everything was going to be okay for her.
To go to court for all of this.
What do you mean?
That's like the only question. It's just, I feel like I shouldn't owe this much. I feel like I never got any notice when I didn't pay the rent.
She's not right about that, but she's young. She doesn't understand how the
Your Honor,
leases
if I
work.
could
Listen to this.
also on that. So the non-payment demand was issued on August 14th. It was mailed to the unit. My client informs me that they did make delinquency calls. They did post notices on the door. They did send out balance due letters. Obviously, they sent the non-payment demand. And so they did attempt to communicate with both Ms. Salisbury and Mr. Wellesley without success. And I think the first time that there was contact by Mr. Wellesley, I believe, was after a September 16th email. And I believe him and his mother both did reach out to the complex at that time. And it was an email just to notify of the upcoming court date. So I'm not sure what happened as far as Ms. Salisbury receiving that correspondence or receiving phone calls. I can't speak to that. I can just say from my client's position, they did attempt to reach out to both parties to discuss the balance that was due.
Okay, this is not the
I
part I was
didn't get
thinking
no
about.
notices on the door or in the mail until September. And then I didn't know of the court date until like 4 days before because
I got you. But Haley.
Okay.
No, just listen. Here's the reality, right? You knew you hadn't paid your rent, right?
Yeah, but if I would have had a court date sooner, I would have just been able to maybe get up with the rent. but they just let me have all of this added up. But it's fine. It doesn't matter.
Okay, well, let me ask you this, Haley. If you could tell me how much you could come up with today, how much could you come
It's
up
fine.
with?
I don't want to stay there.
I didn't think you did. That's why I wasn't even exploring that with you. Okay?
Look at Andrea.
So, Haley?
She's reading emails right now. She's getting contacts from people.
What date can you comfortably move by? Understanding that the earlier that you move and get your stuff out, give them back the apartment, the better off you're going to be.
And as soon as they want me to, if they want me to today, I will.
I'm going to do it this way. Is the other party here? He's not. Did he check in? Oh, that's right.
He's at his father's funeral.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So, if I gave you 10 days to get out, you'd be able to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it would be the 15th, so it's going to be a half a month. All right.
Rachel's about to talk. I think if I've got to the right spot. She's opened her mouth.
Your Honor,
a couple times.
Something odd just happened that I just want to bring to the court's attention. As I think Your Honor is aware, you have a very loyal YouTube following as well as other social media following. And I received an email just a minute ago from one of your followers. Obviously, I cannot advocate on behalf of Ms. Salisbury, Mr. Wellesley. I represent Spice Tree. But I wanted to bring to the court's attention that one of your YouTube followers has indicated that many of your followers want to help Ms. Salisbury. And so I'm not really sure how to handle this, Your Honor. This is kind of a first for me that I'm being contacted directly. And I'm sure because my information is more readily locatable, findable on the internet. And so your followers have indicated to me that they want to assist her in making this payment. They have suggested starting a GoFundMe, and
That what?
starting a GoFundMe so they can assist Miss Salisbury in paying this balance. And as I've indicated, I can't advocate for any of this because I believe that may violate my ethical duties to Spice Tree, but I'm relaying to the court what has been communicated to me since I am now in receipt of this correspondence.
That is wild. That is absolutely.
You understand that, Ms. Salisbury? Sad.
A little bit.
I guess there are folks out there that want to help you out.
Look at Andrea in the courtroom.
Okay, I don't know how it would work, but.
Well, I'm not even sure how it works.
This was today.
Surprised a little bit.
This was this afternoon.
As Ms. Dornbush was. Okay. Haley, you really don't know what you want to do, and I get that. And you had a rough journey. There's no two ways about it, and you're trying to make the best decision that you can, and I get that. Okay. Like last week when I asked Ms. Dornbush if I could talk to you guys without her being present, and she said, okay, she had her ammunition about her. She's representing her client. Would you have any problem if I were to talk to Ms. Dornbush in private along with the court liaison officer? Would you have any problem with that, Haley?
No.
All right. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to have a seat. This is my last case in this block, right? Okay. Have a seat. We'll get your call back up as soon as I come back out. Okay, Mr. Rush, I'm gonna have to move I'm gonna take my iPad and going back, and then you can actually start the 2 whenever that happens.
So that's what happened this afternoon in court. That's what we saw first, and thanks, Laura, for letting us know that was happening. Amber then reached out because Amber can find anybody. If she wants a job as a professional investigator, she's got the skills. Reached out, was able to find ways to contact her. Then she responded, so we got a phone. Amber and I and Andrea are in a text chain back and forth. We've been talking a little bit, mostly Amber and Andrea. She's given us an update. She gave us a contact number for Haley. Haley's, this gets the big burden off of her shoulders, and then leaves her with nothing to move forward. But it gets her a clean start, and obviously we've now over $1,000 over the goal. It gets a little bit of help on the other side, so it's just inspiring. I'd love to see it if some news media pick this up, because there's enough crap happening in the world and in the news that every time we turn on the TV or jump online and read the headlines, we hear all about those things that really often take us to the court cases that we watch happening. Just terrible people doing terrible things to people who don't deserve it. There needs to be more talk about this. I'd love to see a media outlet pick them up, especially because this instills hope, not just for her, not just for Haley, but the people who are going through hard times and can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Need to know that there are good people, and that sometimes times are hard, and sometimes people will be there and be able to lift you up. So, Holly Mack, if you'd like to donate, I'll put the link here. It's actually on the top of the screen. It's pinned. If you can't see the pinned message, because some people can't, there's the link one more time. This is one of those stories that they should lead with instead of the war and the death and destruction. This is one of those good news stories. Let's see. She's got Shore Life. She does need help. She's at a stage in life where she doesn't need like an accountant. She just needs some basic skills and some training, and somebody who can guide her along the way as she's making some of those early life decisions that, if done poorly, can really affect a long time into your adult life, if not all of it. So she's got her ex-boyfriend's mom, who was helping both of them. She's literally helping both the boyfriend, who got wrapped up in this, thinking he was just signing paper, didn't realize he was signing a lease as a resident, never moved into the apartment. So silly decision on his part, and her, where she thought the deal was one thing or thought it should be one way and didn't really understand what she was signing in as well. So, all right. So I think she has some people that can help, but this is cool. Simpson is still alive. I believe he is. I think he just barely dropped. Amber, if you're up to it, making a quick call to the judge's court and letting them know that the GoFundMe has been met. I think he'd appreciate that. Obviously, he isn't able to reach out and talk to his supporters online, and I think they might appreciate that. Hey, Thal. How's it going? Sorry, I had to plug in the phone.
Oh, you're okay. On there? Yeah?
Yeah, you are. So keep it clean,
okay.
Family friendly. Dial back whatever you're
well
going to say.
Paul.
Yes.
So Clipson Vixen doesn't time me out. Just might do it anyway. Not that I don't deserve it. No, but so what's the final tally for her to pay that back debt? How much does she need?
Well, here's the thing. She's still in a contract. She's still under lease for another like 6 months. So it goes up by close to $2,000 every month is my rough guess based on how much she owed. So she owed 4,000 something, and then they added on September, and it went up to 6,000 something plus the court fees and all that. So it was just shy of 7,000. They set a goal for 7,500. She's up to 8,790 right now, but it's still going. That's
good. What I would encourage everybody to do. This is a standard I've lived by. This is how I've loaned. Well, not loaned, but okay. So I don't give people loans. Like a friend needs money or something like that. I never give loans. Yeah. Okay. I just give money. So if I give you money, that's it.
Yeah.
I don't require
There's no
anything
expectation on the back end. Yeah.
No, because it ruins friendships. That's why I just give the money and just walk away. I'm like, that's your problem now, man. The thing is usually if I'm asked for it, I've done this throughout my life because I've learned if somebody's asking for 7,500, they're lowballing you. They're desperate. So if we can get it to 15,000, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
Because that's probably what's needed.
I think what needs to happen for that is we need to get some local media. Like if there are people in the area who can call the news channels and say, look, you guys, Judge Simpson has been viral. He's internationally viral. There's something that just happened again that you need to see, and it makes your town look good. That sort of message to a news media outlet where this is a story that is written itself. They have to do almost no work, and they've got something that everyone wants to see. It's a no-brainer as far as the media goes, and all they would need to do is just tack on a little link to the GoFundMe, or just announce that she has a GoFundMe with the proper tags in GoFundMe with the right names. People will be able to find it very easily. And that's when it really explodes, because we are a small community, and carrying all the weight with a small community is not very, very easy. But when you open it up to the larger community in a whole, there are a lot of good people like y'all, and that's where people can step in and really make a huge difference.
Yeah, well, and my point being that when somebody if they ask for 7,000, whatever it is, I just don't want people going, oh, I haven't given yet. Oh, it's above the goal. I'll just, never mind. I just don't want people doing that, is my point, is that any extra penny over that goal is really going to make a difference. That's eggs. That's lights are still on. I got one more week to look for a job. I got,
that's the
that
first
buys
month's
that
rent
person
of a new place.
mind.
That's the security deposit in a new place, just enough to get your feet under you and start, plowing ahead from there. But yeah, and she's really young, and she's really young, so that's something else that concerns me. Yeah, and she's got nobody. I mean, family was all taken away, and she's trying to figure it out on her own. And we just passed 9K.
Excellent, guys, good job. So yeah, I'm just letting everybody know, no matter what the goal is, don't look at the goal and be like, oh, we already met it. Don't get discouraged by that. Yeah. You're giving, that's going to buy her extra time. What you're doing is you're purchasing her time.
Yeah.
And that could be 5 minutes. That could be lunch. That could be breakfast. It's important now.
Yeah. And Amber, both in the text, it helped her just to understand that if there's a lot of people that want to help, and letting her know that she'll need more help than just paying, just getting her back to your head above water. That's where she's at, right? Getting her back to that point. She's still, in a world of hurt and needs some help. So they might make an update to the goal and change it just to reflect that here in a little bit. But they've got to get home.
I just want to drop
They're still driving home from court right now. So.
Okay. I hope it surprises her, and I hope it makes her happy. I'm going to get off the air and let you go. And I just want to put my 2 cents in and just keep everybody encouraged to do what they can, and, don't go over yourself, but do what you can. That'd be perfect. Thank you very much.
Yep. Thanks, Saul. You're amazing. Appreciate you.
Yep.
Bye. Oh man, what a way to end on a Friday. We're sort of stalling here. I don't want to end today because Andrea is going to be calling in as soon as she gets home, and I don't know how far that drive is. But we're hoping to be able to talk to her just a little bit. And I don't know what to say to her, honestly. But other than thank you, because she's literally stepping in, being a surrogate mom for somebody who desperately needs that, Well, she of herself is, in desperate need of support for what she's going through, and she's still giving. And so I think if we could give her a big thank you, that would be amazing. But anyway, what a way to start the weekend. They're aware that they should be raising the goal. So we'll see if they'll be able to do that here. It won't stop people from donating right now. I mean, it doesn't stop you from being able to donate. Like once you hit the goal, it doesn't just say, okay, closed, they're not accepting donations anymore. But yeah, it's hopefully they can update it a little bit. Holly Mac, thank you. Thank you, everybody. This is an amazing channel. Thal is back. Call number 2 of 3.
Call from.
Thal.
What did you forget to say, Thal?
Oh, nothing. It's just I didn't know you were burning time. So in the effort of burning time and giving you an excuse to keep on the air, did you see the judge's face drop though when they were saying, you've got a lot of fans on YouTube and everything, social media, and they want to start GoFundMe for this lady, and he just kind of
his hands were over his face. He's got a love-hate relationship with YouTube. Obviously, he likes to do what he does, and he's on YouTube because he wants to be on YouTube. He's not like court-ordered. It's not a requirement for him to be on YouTube. He does it because he likes it. But at the same time, he's been really frustrated with YouTube and what's happened. He doesn't like going viral necessarily because he doesn't like all that attention, but he does like being out in public and letting people see what's going on. So it was fun. Maybe we'd contact some of their LawTube signal boost on their streams. I don't know where it's going to be at. I don't know. We'll find out from Andrea. Obviously, if the others want to jump in, I don't think they would mind at all. Emily,
and we could always annoy them with super chats. That's the best. That's the way I annoy creators. That's how you get their attention.
I think
potentially criminal. Those guys, you can just send them $5 super chat saying, "Hey, we're doing a GoFundMe for somebody. Go do it."
Yeah,
and that's all you can really do.
Yeah, you can do that. I wouldn't try to force them into doing something like that. They might not know anything about the situation, and honestly, I cannot begin to tell you how hesitant I am to get involved in anything like this. Like against the advice of lawyers and accountants, we're doing this right now. It's very risky. It's not something that channels we're going to just step up and say, yeah, we can do that. It's very. There's a lot.
Don't worry, Ari. If I smelled something fishy, if you were selling a coin, an RA coin, I would stop you. I'd be like, no.
Should I cancel my order?
You're not selling crypto, buddy. No. Stop it.
Well, we've got a big drop coming up, an airdrop, so you want to get in on that. So get on the ground floor. Anyway, it's
no.
That's what
I'll keep burning my money on video games on Warhammer 40K. Thank you very much.
Let's see. Ashley's ones. Do you have an email for her? Something I can contact her? Oh, that's somebody else. It's a feel-good story. Maybe send it to Hoda at the Today Show. Please, honestly, I would love it because this GoFundMe stays open for a month, right? That's I think the minimum is a 30-day GoFundMe. I don't think you can cash out for a month. This is okay for her because the apartment complex isn't saying you need to pay me right now. That's not what they went to court for. They're saying we do need the apartment back. We've got to rent it so we can start getting money and you can stop being charged money. And then she's going to work with the apartment company. And if they say, look, I'll have the money next month. We did a GoFundMe. It's all here. The apartment company's going to say, okay, that's good. That's fine.
Yeah, because they just want their money. They don't care about anything else. They're just like, hey.
Yeah, I would love to see this show up on national news, just in a highlight. I mean, this world right now needs more of this type of news. So if you have a contact in the media that's either local or national, if you know of a place that's looking for stories like this, likes to carry them, if you know of somebody that does a little spotlight about cool stories on the web, just send that out to them and say, hey, you've got to see this story and have your tissues ready, or this will make you cry. People are still good.
RA, what are you talking about? The news is always positive.
Yes, it is. Yeah, what channel are you watching? I want that one.
Oh boy. And then you got the And then you got the whole thing going down, and Weather Watch called it on this storm, the hurricane that came through. Oh my Lord.
Yep. That's why we listened
to him.
That's why you listened to him. Speaking of Weather Watch, he just got off the phone with Detroit 4 to share the story today. So
there you go, buddy.
Hopefully we can get
Weather Watch.
Some view. I have news
now.
contacts.
Remember, if that makes the difference, it was Weather Watch's fault. Remember that, guys. Okay, we blame Weather Watch for all the good and bad. We just blame Weather Watch. Okay. So.
Yeah. Andrea is going to be driving till 5 o'clock, which is another hour. Okay.
So what court case is up next, do you think?
Sarah Boone. Sarah Boone's next week.
Oh, Sarah Boone.
Yeah.
There you go.
Jury selection starts on Monday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Amber's calling, which is not a
okay, I'll let you go.
But I have to hang up on you. Thanks.
Let's see, buddy.
Bye. Amber, just saw the message. It looks like she's got a long drive back home.
Yes. And I actually called you because I see a bunch of people trying to tag me in chat. If somebody wants me to contact somebody else, that's perfectly okay. You just got to send me a message somewhere off of YouTube. So if there's somebody you need me to contact that you don't want to necessarily contact yourself, I think True Crime Kitty or somebody had mentioned something. If I'm willing to contact, they have contacts for me to contact. So I'm more than happy to. So somebody just send that to me either on Facebook, Twitter, or Discord, wherever.
Discord. This is a great time to plug the Discord channel. Discord allows you to communicate directly one to one, and Amber is all over that. Discord is a great place. I think how many subscribers or how many members on Discord are there now? Do you know? It's like almost
just under 3,600.
3,600 true crime fans and friends, and basically family over there.
Yep, very much so. So I'm more than willing to reach out to anybody as long as I have the contact information. And I did try to call the judge's judicial assistant, and somebody answered the phone and hung it up. So I'm going to keep trying. I'll let you know.
Yeah. We're going to watch the judge one more time, his reaction to this as he hears that YouTube fans are wanting to help this girl out. So Amber, thank you very much. I think we might be able to stay on till 5 and get in touch with Andrea. That would be great. Or maybe I could schedule another time to where she could come on. Well, I'd like to do it today. I really would.
And I know Andrea doesn't have any issue doing that. She's just trying to get home, and she doesn't have very much phone battery left. She said her phone had been blowing up for quite a while.
Yeah, Andrea is the boyfriend's mom that is helping Haley, and she's the one that showed up in court. She's the one that was next to her in the live stream on Zoom. She's been trying to help her through this. She's not in a position where she could just pay this for her and fix it, but she's doing everything she can to help. Andrea's the one that created the the GoFundMe a week ago, and it got $130 of donations. And then as soon as we were able to find it and started sharing it around, got in touch with y'all. Once y'all got the link, you did the rest. And I'm showing 9,180 as the total. Oh, now 9,580. So it's about to hit 10,000. So
that's amazing.
It's awesome. This is what these communities are for. That is amazing. Thank you so much, Amber. Appreciate your help in this. You've been integral. So
absolutely glad I can help.
All
right. Bye, y'all.
We'll see you. Bye. See, they said Simpson called Haley back at 2:24 in his stream. The last I heard was they called them back after. Let's see, just one second. Let me go back. I just want to show you the judge's face. I'm going to show you the judge's face first of all, he's trying to do what's right. He's like, I can't break the law. We've got somebody who has a legal contract that has to be upheld, and we've got somebody who needs a soft landing. And this is the moment where the lawyer for the landlord is explaining that she just got messages from people on YouTube who follow Judge Simpson saying, we'd like to help. Is there a GoFundMe?
And so I I'm not really sure how to handle this, Your Honor. This is kind of a first for me that I'm being contacted directly, and I'm sure because my information is more readily locatable, findable on the internet. And so your followers have indicated to me that they want to assist her in making this payment. They have suggested starting a GoFundMe, and
What?
starting a GoFundMe so they can assist Miss Salisbury in paying this balance. And as I've indicated, I can't advocate for any of this because I believe that may violate my ethical duties to Spice Tree, but I'm relaying to the court what has been communicated to me since I am now in receipt of this correspondence.
You understand that, Ms. Salisbury? Son.
A little bit.
Look at Andrea. Stop. Look at Andrea in the background. Hey, let me slow motion. Look at Andrea's mouth. Let me turn the sound off so you can. So we go forward. Andrea's back in the tan and black, and she can't believe it. She's like, her hands covered in her mouth. She cannot believe what's happening. That there are people actually that do want to help. She had made a GoFundMe a week ago and got $130 asking for help, and then all of a sudden she finds out that there are people out there. They just didn't know where the problem. They didn't know at first there was a problem. They didn't know where to help. But hopefully we can get Andrea on the phone tonight. That's who we're texting with back and forth. We do have Haley's number as well. I'm not gonna reach out to Haley right now. Obviously this is difficult for her, as it was hard for her to even have Andrea there explain what happened to her life and what led to this point in court. So just amazing. You can't see her. She is directly above me. Like if I were to, let's see, straight up there, all the way up to the top of the screen. That's Andrea. She's got her hand over her mouth because she's in surprise, Pam, which is really cool. AC's Wildflower, the music is fire. Yes, Mathis came through in a big way. If you missed this, oh my goodness. Send the story to Good Morning America. Please do. I mean, I'm live streaming right now. I could stop live streaming and do that, or if you could send it, that would be absolutely fabulous. And the more people that recommend it, the better it goes. The more chance they're going to run with it. For a couple of reasons. First of all, it's brand new. Nobody else has run with it. Okay, this is like the time where you can get a scoop on a story and being the first with a story like this, where you know it has viral capacity because Judge Simpson has that in spades. It would be awesome. Haley's now added to the GoFundMe as an organizer. That is wonderful. Haley is going to do a update on the GoFundMe. So we'll get an update straight on the GoFundMe from Haley in just a minute, as she has time to write that. Let's see. Judge Simpson tries so hard to keep a low profile. Yeah, and here's his thing. Oftentimes when something starts blowing up, he deletes it. He's like, I don't want that going out. I don't think he hasn't deleted this one. And I think it's because he knows that it literally is helping the person he can help in a way that he can't help. Okay, he can't, as the judge, he can't come through and say, it's okay, I'm gonna dismiss this charge and free you of this claim. He can't do that. The law is against Haley here. She's got a contract that is binding with Spice Tree, and Spice Tree is in the right. Okay, as brutal as it looks, Spice Tree has every right to say, we want our apartment if she's not paying, and we want our money that she owes. And the judge is here, blind justice, weighing the scales, saying they're right. But at the same time, I can't just kick her out on the street. So it's really cool. Law doesn't care about feelings. It doesn't. The court is closed. The court is closed. If he wants to stop going viral, he should stop being so great, says Justin. Oh, my goodness. Stephanie, this you're absolutely right. As the judge said, Haley has, walking into court today, Haley had no reason to believe in humanity. Like, she had every reason to believe that, that life just sucks, and then it gets worse. And this changes that. It's at $9,785. Watching for an update now that Haley's on there. I don't think she's... Let's see. Yeah, we'll wait for an update. I can imagine her surprise coming out of court and seeing that basically she walked into court owing nearly $7,000 and walked out of court with a community of people behind her that have assembled nearly $10,000 to help her out. I have to wonder if the judge is one of the anonymous donors. It would not surprise me. He's a great guy. Donna, we can stay on. Courts are winding down. It's a Friday, first of all. Friday, courts like to go home early. And can you catch up, Michelle, for us? Mixed Media Madness. Michelle, we've been court hopping today as we're waiting for the big trial to start next week with Sarah Boone. And in doing that, Laura said, hey, you've got to go back and catch the last thing that Judge Simpson did before his break, because we were watching Judge Fleischer at the time. And we went back and watched it, and it's a young girl who got in over her head. The judge is doing landlord-tenant cases. Okay, they're not criminal cases. This is people behind on their rent, and generally it's people getting kicked out or having to pay. A few times you get some bad landlords that the judge will smack down, but this case, this poor girl. We're watching it and it's sad, and she's like trying to figure out life, and she doesn't understand that, she's like, I don't think I should owe that. Well, you do, you can't, the contract is what the contract is. And she just wants to be free of it. It's too much, and she'll never be able to pay it. And we found out that she was paying for her rent using survivor benefits. And she had survivor benefits because her parents and her 3 youngest siblings were murdered. And she was, lost most of her family in one day. And so it was, and you're like, oh, it just hits you in the gut. That happened 2 years ago. And she's 20 years old. She's just becoming an adult. Okay. She thought she would have those survivor benefits until she turned 21. Turns out they end at 20. And so she had this lease that she signed up for. She was using the survivor benefits to pay the lease. And then the survivor benefits stop. And now she's behind. And, she made some mistakes. There's no saying that, that she had no fault in this. But she ends up finding that she's so far behind she can never get out. She's way, way underwater. She sees no light of day possible. And during that hearing that happened today, we heard that there were YouTubers who reached out to the lawyer for the landlord, because that's the only number you can get a hold of. And let's see. Andrea's texting me right now. Reached out to the lawyer for the landlord, and basically said, "Hey, we're YouTube fans of Judge Simpson. We'd like to help. Is there a GoFundMe?" And she's like, "Well, I can't get in the middle. I mean, I can't advocate for her, but I'm just informing the court." And it turns out that Andrea, who was her ex-boyfriend's mom, they broke up in April. She's still trying to help her through all this. She's got her own things that she's dealing with. Her son is going to his dad's funeral tomorrow. That's why he's not in court. He's on the lease, even though they broke up. Anyway, she's trying to help through all of this and just doing an amazing job being both a mom and a surrogate mom for her boyfriend's ex-girlfriend. And she had made a GoFundMe, and it had $130 in the first week. As soon as we were able to find it through your sleuthing online, we were searching all over for this. we found it verified that it was actually the right one and shared it, and it blew up, and it's now sitting at $9,915. And and so it went right through their goal of $7,500, which takes care of the debt that she owes, and is now has some extra on there that will help out as she is trying to get started in life. But Michelle, it's absolutely amazing. The link to the GoFundMe, if you're just coming in, is up on the top of chat. Let's see. Let me read really quickly. I can't read this out loud, but let's see. Andrea doesn't understand. She's asking questions about the GoFundMe and how it works. I mean, she built it knowing almost nothing about it, as last resort desperation. Sorry, you guys can hear my typing. I'm just saying we can do a phone call. It doesn't have to be a Zoom. $10 away, $10 away from 10K, 9,980. Amber, Andrea did say that her phone is blowing up. There are people contacting her, both from I think from Judge Simpson's following as well as others, and I imagine now news media as well is starting to pick up on this. And she does mention that Amber was the first person to reach out. So we are $10 away from 10,000. That's just really cool. Trying to see where the you say the judge came back and talked to her one more time. Did we miss that one? Let's see if I can find this. Yep, and now it's over 10K. Wow. I'm looking for it. I can't. What was the timestamp of when they came back? Somebody have the timestamp on the last time the judge talked to him? Oh, we watched it. 2/24/29. Let me look at that one.
All rise. The 14A District Court for the County of Washtenaw, State of Michigan is now in session. The Judge J. Cedric Simpson presiding.
You may be seated. To Defendant versus Terry Jackson.
Don't think this is it.
What things do there for Defendant?
Pardon?
What things?
Yeah, I don't see that. I'm not seeing it there. I need to go to the afternoon session. Wasn't that the afternoon session? It was streamed 30 minutes ago. That's the afternoon session. All right, make us cry again. No, I'm not trying to do that. I really am not. Couldn't find another instance. I couldn't either. I think we heard the last one because he said he was going to give her 10 or 15 till the end, halfway through the month to get out. Here's what I think will happen. I think because the case is filed, there has to at least be another date, court date, where it can be resolved. You can't just say, oh, they paid, and then just not show up in court. There's still paperwork. It's in the system. It's on the calendar. And there has to be one more day. And that day, the judge is going to know what happened with the GoFundMe. He might even check it out himself and see where it's at. And he's probably going to have some nice things to say. So that would be awesome. Okay, Andrea's open to it. Let me see if we can do. Let me play some rockin' music here. Let me play Mathis's song one more time. And while we do that, hang on one second here. We're gonna play a song. While we do that, I'm gonna set up a StreamYard because it sounds like Andrea might be okay with coming on video too. And StreamYard's the way we're gonna make that happen. It's the easiest way. We've got a little bit of time, so let's play some music. I'm gonna be building a StreamYard really quickly. It will require us to stop this live stream and start another one, and so we'll try. We'll try that, but prepare your ears because this is awesome. It's absolutely awesome, and you'll want to hear this. So with no further ado, I'm not going to talk over this one. Here we go. It helps if I turn it so you can hear, though.
The final judgment comes to this court with a presumption of correctness, and the hospital bears the burden to show reversible error. The pre-trial and post-trial orders show the trial court's careful and thorough analysis of the applicable law and its application to the issues after dismissing with prejudice or granting summary judgment in the hospital's favor as to 21 claims in several instances based on Chapter 39 immunity. The court conducted a fair and balanced trial on the remaining claims. The hospital maintained throughout that it did nothing wrong. The Kowalskis were not injured, at least not badly. It was only following DCF orders, and the jury in the trial court simply did not understand its case. The hospital now doubles down on these contentions, showing it still does not get how atrocious its conduct was. It seeks to eliminate factual issues the jury decided against it, such as whether it engaged in extreme and outrageous conduct, or whether it was deceptive in its billings, contrary to how appellate courts view facts after a verdict, the hospital either construes disputed facts in its favor or simply proclaims there was no evidence. None of these assertions is correct. The hospital's arguments should be rejected and a final judgment affirmed.
This is so good. I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. We're gonna do more of that, I think. We need some great hot takes on the law set to music in the voice of Blink 182 or Blink 183 in this case. That's so good. Mathis, thank you very much for that one. All right, we're setting up a StreamYard. Enter studio. Oh no, I need a plug. This has to be plugged in or nobody will see or hear me. Okay, there's that one. Okay. All right. Special Case says, so proud to be part of this community. We did something beautiful today. You did. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much. Mathis, that song is amazing. RA needs more cables. This is also true. Let's see. Trying to get this set up so that when she does join, I'm ready. Just 1 second here. Hang on, guys. We're almost there. What are my settings? Public, StreamYard, interview. Do need more cables. I don't need that on the screen right now. Holly Mack, thank you very much. Aaron says I'm invested. We're waiting. I think we've got maybe half an hour before she's able to join. I'm going to start sending Andrea the link there. Judge Webster had a moment this afternoon. Might have to look at that, see what happened there. 10,145 says Holly Mack. Okay, I'm still setting things up. Give me just a second. Invite. Let's see. Mrs. R.A. says, honey, what did you do today? R.A., oh, we just ran a little fundraiser for a girl in trouble. I'm glad we could help. This would not have been possible without amazing people like Amber, who was able to make the connections, and Andrea, who set up the method. It takes key people like that to make things happen. And Green-Eyed Cat, thank you very much. You make the world a better place. Thanks for the kind words. I am so honored to be a part of this community. You guys are absolutely amazing. You inspire me every single day with just the way you reach out and wrap your arms around somebody and support people in whatever they're going through. And sometimes it's even financially. You guys are just incredible that way. It's 160 donations. It's really, really cool. Selena says, oh my goodness, I just got back on. Today is awesome. It is, Selena. It is really cool. And Discord went over 3,600 today. Yay. Congratulations for Discord. For those that are waiting, we're expecting to be able to talk with Andrea, who is the mother of the ex-boyfriend. For Haley Salisbury. Haley is the girl who was in court. She was dating Andrea's son. That stopped back in April, and Andrea has stepped in as, in addition to being a mom and helping her son through this, because her son's involved with the lease and the signing and everything. She's also been staying and helping Haley, and just amazing. We are going to do an interview. I've got a StreamYard set up. I'm going to do a portal to get us over there. And it might be quite abrupt, especially if she connects before I'm ready. So let's save that one. We've got a portal set up, so that's all good to go. Let me go back and change some of our settings. Okay. Andrea sounds amazing. I can tell you there is more to this story, and it'll break your heart a little bit and make you proud to say I was able to help here. Super excited. Don't forget to mention when you talk that it's global viewers that have been touched by our story. Yes, very much. Very much. We have an international audience. And Andrea's also got challenges. Thank you, Rona. I appreciate that. Selena K, isn't that just inspiring? Isn't it just amazing? I have never even put this up on a screen. I probably should. For those that are not able to access GoFundMe, or maybe at a place where they can't see that, let me show you what we have here. It was on camera 3 here. This is the GoFundMe that her mom, or her boyfriend's mom, ex-boyfriend's mom, set up. Empower Haley to build a new future after tragedy. And it told a little bit of the story here. There's Haley with her cat, and they had a goal of $7,500. This afternoon, when we first found the story, it had $130 donated. It's now, let me see, it's bigger than this, because it's, let's see, 10,145. It's now up to $10,175 with 160 people donating. And it has the story of what happened. Tragically, she lost her mom and 3 younger siblings months after losing her father. And I've got that story wrong a couple times, and I do apologize to Haley and Andrea over that. But in our haste to share what was just an incredible opportunity to help somebody who desperately needed it, I made some mistakes, and I'll take ownership on all of those. I do apologize for that. But losing both parents, losing 3 siblings, the mom and the 3 siblings in a murder where her stepdad was arrested for that. And took a no contest plea. She's just becoming an adult. She's 20 now. This happened 2 years ago. So she was, 18-ish when this happened, and it's a tough time in life to navigate, even when you have parents and family and everything else. And she was on her own, but it was, yeah. If you're, please don't feel like you need to donate. I do have tissues at hand for those who are asking. Don't feel like you need to donate. We would ask that if you have any way that you can share the story, that you do that. Sharing the story can reach out to a lot of people who might have means that are in a different spot than where you are financially in life or whatever it is, and it helps a ton. And so please don't underestimate the value of you just being able to spread the word. Yeah, I think it's a no contest plea, which is just crazy. Just shows you the power of pulling together. We need to know the name of the cat. Okay, this is one of the questions. Remind me when we do the live stream. Let's see. All right, let's see. Let me go here. I need to take camera 3 full, take me off the screen. Oops, camera 3 full, take me off the screen. I need a... This is what I need. I need a screenshot. Capture the still. There we go. Okay. Jamestown has a list. Phone call list. Cat's name, move goalpost, and Amazon wish list. That's cool. We will ask about those. Do remind me when we get there. 10K in a couple hours. Yes. Yes. Refresh. It's higher than this already. I know. I cannot keep up with this. You guys are absolutely amazing. That's inspiring. If the cat's name is Kiki or Pickles, I'm going to totally break down, so I'd rather watch. It's my cat's favorite sleeping position as well. My cat, did I tell you, my cat learned how to meow while we were gone? Like properly meow instead of doing this like meow thing. It now does like a cute actual meow. Hey, Mrs. Ari, are you going to join me for this? Please, please, please.
I'm not here to talk. I just want to listen.
You didn't hear that, but she said, no, I'm not here to talk. I just want to listen. So let me get you the microphone.
It's called active listening.
I think I unplugged it, so I have to plug you in again. Just 1 second.
So I've been busy listening to the kids' reports on what they've been accomplishing today, and so I've sort of missed what's going on. Are you going to talk to Andrea, or are you going to talk to the girl whose name I forgot? What's her name? Haley.
Haley. We're going to talk to Andrea. Haley is okay with talking to us, and we have Haley's number. But I'm going to talk to Andrea first and get a feel for that. Haley's just had a rough day. I mean, it's...
Yeah. She's so young.
20 years old and being on... First of all, in court is scary. Having the court live streamed and having it live streamed and watched around the world has got to be a lot to deal with.
Yeah.
So.
And honestly, I don't know how everybody responds is different, but whenever I'm going through a stressful thing, I can handle it if people are jerks. But the moment they show compassion, I just fall apart.
Well, this on the screen right up here. This is where we're at. 10,232.
All sorts of compassion. That's just so hopeful. It's so amazing.
And it keeps going up. I mean, it's like constantly changing. I don't know where the mouse went for that one.
This is probably not the appropriate time to tell you, but I just found out that you're going to be helping with the cleanup next Saturday, which is also really hopeful
with the
and
hurricane
exciting.
Cleanup?
Yeah.
Awesome. In what capacity?
I haven't found out yet. I don't know.
All right. So we've got Saturday on the schedule. We've got that booked. I don't know what it's going to be. I'm excited about that. I did see the email come in. I didn't have a chance to read it yet.
I just informed the kids. I was like, you are young men. You will be showing up. You will be helping. And they're like, that doesn't sound fun. I'm like, I don't care. You're going and you're going to help.
It's this mouse we need. No, it's on this. I've tried 4 different mice and I can't get this thing to work.
Seriously, there are so many mouses.
Mice.
Mice.
Moosin.
Mices.
Meeson. Okay, there we go. Here's the mouse. Okay. Thank you for your generosity. It's up by another $100 here.
It feels like the kind of excitement that you had about Christmas morning when you were little. You know, that sort of, it's going to be amazing. This is going to be so great.
Yep. Okay, I'm going to keep that right there. We're going to leave that right here. I have to watch for StreamYard. We have some awesome people in our community. Let's portal over to StreamYard because we're about 20 minutes away from when she said she can call. I've got a new live stream set up in StreamYard on this channel. Hopefully, I think we're good. No, that's the wrong one.
What is? You keep referring to the dad who passed away as the son's father. Are they not married?
There are 5 deaths in this story in a very short period of time. Haley is the girl who was in court. Her mom and 3 youngest siblings were murdered by her stepdad.
Oh my goodness.
Her dad had passed away a couple months prior to that.
Oh my goodness.
Her ex-boyfriend, who had signed the lease with her, but they broke up in April.
Mm-hmm.
His dad's funeral is tomorrow.
I think it was today, wasn't it?
Oh, he's traveling today. The service is tomorrow.
Okay.
So even though they're not together,
I mean, they're obviously still connected.
The ex-boyfriend's mom has been helping both the ex-boyfriend, which is her son, and Haley, the ex-girlfriend, to try to navigate through this. And Andrea has her own story that's just, heartbreaking. And there's, she is not in a position to lift. She's already right now in a low point in her life, and she's been just helping every way she can and doing an incredible job of it.
Just amazing.
She made the GoFundMe a week ago, and they got $130 of donations in a week. And then she showed up in court. She made it like basically right after the last court date where it's like, hey, this is what you're going to owe. And there was just nothing. And it's so hard to get your message out.
It's like impossible. It's like trying to publish your own book. It won't.
Lucky for her, she was in Judge Simpson's court.
Yes.
And Judge Simpson has some people to watch.
Was that luck?
And Laura here on our channel said, hey, you've got to go back and watch what just happened at Judge Simpson's court. We jumped back and saw that. And as soon as we saw it, we're all crying. Everyone's just in tears. And so we went back and watched the week before so we could get the backstory of what happened. And there's news articles and everything. And this girl is like fiercely independent and proud and also just a little naive as she's just starting life and not knowing,
She's 20.
I know. I mean, I still don't have some of the financial skills that we're expecting her to have.
Right.
Mrs. R.A. can vouch for that.
We're working on them.
It's a work in progress.
No, but I mean, that's for real. That her one moment, she's like, I shouldn't have gotten charged. And I was like, oh yeah, you're young. But by the same token, man, when you're maxed, it's just, it feels like I cannot absorb one more hit. I just can't.
Yeah. It was, it might have been lower than the 130 when we started. I didn't like consciously recognize what it was at until I had refreshed and found the page at 130. So a couple of you found it before me. So thank you for that.
That's awesome. How much of that is this group, or was there a large amount of people watching Simpsons that found it outside of just your?
Well, I know a lot of the names of people in this group, even some of the names of people who go by a different screen name here, and I can tell you.
Oh, you thought you were hiding.
That there are very generous people in this community.
Yes,
a lot of them here, and some of them obviously donated anonymously, and those that couldn't donate and those that could did a lot to share this and just to get the message out. And there, Cedric Simpson, Judge Simpson, has his own following separate from us. Also, true crime fanatics that mostly just follow him. They wanted to donate, and we're looking for this, and they found out eventually as well, possibly through us sharing it, possibly through other means. We never really know how that works, but all of us chipped in a little bit here and there, giving what we could, even just sharing where we could.
Yeah.
And then it just exploded, and it's amazing.
Have we done anything to help?
We need to do something to help.
Yeah, we really do.
I have not.
You've been too busy.
I have not made a donation yet, but I will do that.
On a totally other subject, and while I've just got you trapped here, our roof has not been fixed. And I called and I said, hey, how come you're not here? And he said, oh, that's right. Maybe I'll call you later and look at my calendar. Oh, Fine.
All those good things I said about the roofer, I take it back.
And he blamed it on you too. He's like, I told your husband. I was like, yeah, we talk quite a lot. I don't think that's what happened.
He said Thursday or Friday if it's good weather.
Yeah, it has not been great weather.
It's been good enough. Okay, let me get this on full screen up here. So that being said, we're going to transition from this to StreamYard, which will just look like we've stopped and restarted again. And we're going to do that. That's all. I don't know what else to say.
Okay.
We're going to transition so that when she does join, we're able to talk to her. Because right now, if she connects, I wouldn't be able to bring her on screen. So let's play the music. We've got a portal set up, so don't go anywhere. We're going to have an interview with Andrea, who is the founder of the GoFundMe right here. If you can look here on the GoFundMe, she's Andrea Delarier. So we're going to talk with her. Maybe get to talk to Haley as well. We'll see. All right. Tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love. Smile at someone. Make their day just a little bit better. And please stay safe till we go live again in just a few minutes. We're going to have an interview with Andrea. Please be there. It's awesome. I'm so excited. It's wonderful that she's doing all this in her own time of trouble to help out somebody who needs it. So thank you all. We'll be back here live with the interview coming up in just a few minutes. I think she's going to arrive home. She's still driving right now. She's going to arrive home at 5 p.m., which is in about 14 minutes. We'll give her a chance to catch her breath and sit down, and hopefully she'll connect with the video. If not, we'll get just audio, and we'll get her side of the story and maybe a little more insight into what happened. Keep your tissues handy, guys. This is a tough one, but it's good people in the world doing what they can. You guys, we'll see you on the flip side. I think that's it, right? All right, we'll see you. Bye. Portal incoming. Here we go.